Who just joined?
Africa.
Yeah.
Yes, just in time. It was about to start.
Oh, perfect.
You said
Okay.
both the Kenyans?
Yeah, both the Kenyans.
No,
We
it's
only have
Kenyan
one.
forces.
Richie's and the rest.
No. Yeah, I mean both the Kenyans. Anyway, the Kenyan force. Okay, so objective is plan. We're gonna proceed to the eastern crossing. That's gonna be a main focal point of origin and defense point. If you look at the drawing, if you open it up, we're gonna use the MTVR truck to board and to cross that footpath. I've driven it several times. You can actually disembark in that open field area, but for the sake of not attracting attention to yourself, we're just going to disembark at that point. Then move
What's
on
that point?
waypoint 1.
Roger.
Okay. We're going to move to that. There's like a rock crossing point. You will see it. It's quite noticeable. That's the most shallow place for the MTV to cross. We are going to be placing the MTVR closer to our objective once we've cleaned out objective 1, which is the first bunker. I'll talk about the colors now so we understand where and what are we referring to. Once we're at waypoint 2, Dragon 1 will then commence just a quick action raid and then fall out. The rest of the element will move to holding just in front of waypoint 2 to react to any sort of QRFs pushing onto them. Dragon 1 needs to obviously pay attention to the riverbed because we would not have eyes of that. So we'll cover your west and your south as best as possible.
Okay.
But Dragon 1 needs to move in and clean out objective 1.
Okay,
What-
are we all packing enough equipment for expecting the QRF as it's like it will happen?
Yeah, we'll talk about the equipment now because it's quite in detail as well. Sorry, I had a plan, but my son switched off my PC. It was all marked on drawings and everything. Planned everything, kits layout, everything was on the map. So I'm trying to remember this as best as possible in terms of planning. Okay, we're gonna then proceed after objective 1 to waypoint 2. That beachhead that I've marked out is a completely dead ground which we will dominate. Okay, we have to be very careful at that position because 1, we will lose macro terrain control up until the point Dragon 3 sets up on its Overwatch position. Okay. Dragon
Which is
1
where?
just south of beachhead. If you open up the drawing.
All right.
Okay. Once you're in that position, Dragon 3, you will have perfect line of sight of that drawing. So take something that you can engage roughly 400-500 meters at nighttime quite accurately.
Easily with our weaponry, yeah.
Yeah. Once that bunker is neutralized, okay, how I want this beachhead controlled is as follows. Every team member and its buddy team will create a small little pocket on a ridge with an entrenching tool. So 1 entrenching tool per buddy team.
Okay.
Okay? I don't want to be clusterfucked by putting 6 people on top of a ridge and then being taken out by 1 mortar. Okay, so space your things 30 meters in trenches, and we're going to pretty much entrench this place and make that a bit of a fortification. It's got good dead ground, it's enough space, enough safekeeping to keep our, should I say, D5 and D4 reasonably safe if we do our job properly on the field. Okay? While this is happening, Dragon 1 will meet up with us before we approach waypoint 2, once they've secured objective 1. Then once we've established an overwatch, Dragon 1 will move to clear out the bunker and to start the demining process, taking to heed that we'll cover again the west and the south of their approach. they need to look again bushes and tree line. So Dragon 1, you pretty much have a, I would say, pushing a fire team and the engineer to demine. You should be okay to keep 360 security and be effective in your demining efforts.
Okay.
Okay.
Quick question.
Yeah.
I'm worried that if we take objective one,
Yeah.
the first bunker, we already trigger the QRF before we get a chance to set up. Wouldn't it be better to skirt objective one and set up along the beachhead, and then only trigger them or try and clear the way in for the Kenyans without triggering QRF? So if we can take out the few guards around the crossing silently and demine, that puts us in a better position.
I'm only worried. I did think about it, and it's a valid point you're bringing up. The only the reason why I thought about that and decided against it is for particularly two reasons. One, if we have to go back to do either pick up the MTVR and bring it closer to our position, that's always going to be difficult because you never know if there's going to be a patrol there, and later on when the people are awake at their post, they're much more alert to our presence. So rather take them out while they sleep and eliminate the threat completely for us. Also, we don't want to be, bunkering down at beachhead, and then we enact the Kenyan force to start moving once we've now cleared the mine, to be engaged by a random patrol with an RPG and get fucked over. So pretty much anything behind us at beachhead needs to be cleared.
I also have a question. Are you going to send in the Kenyans after we've cleared the road to move into town before us?
So what the objective is going to be, and that's waypoint 4, right? So assume that the second exclamation mark to our west is a bunker position that's cleared. Okay? Dragon 3 will still be in Overwatch's position. Dragon 1 then can retreat to the beachhead and then move again. That's a defilade all the way to waypoint 4. It's right in front of the town. I don't want us to move into the town as yet, but at the same time we'll have the Kenyan force move alongside with us.
Okay. I just have a question as well, like regarding the town will have pretty good visuals across the macro drain there. So if they have any mount weapons on the roofs or any like superior height, then they might be able to mow us down.
Look, from Dragon 3, your Overwatch position, you have line of sight to the town. You're about 20 odd, no, not 20. May call it maybe 10 meters higher elevation. So you can see barely the town, but you can see enough of the rooftops to make a distinction if is it safe or not.
Okay.
Okay.
One thing I'm wondering about is when you have a marked objective 1 there, do you mean that to be the bunker?
Yes.
Okay, because isn't the bunker is actually southwest of that.
Southwest. Okay, well, you can just mark it on the map. I think let's get onto the server salon so we can slot up.
On the slots, does Dragon 3, I wouldn't mind trying the larger machine gun, or if the DM, is that the marksman?
The DM would be the Mark 14, which I think we will elect to take tonight. So if you want to take that, then there's that. But I also see Sharky has come in as well. So
Yeah, I see Sharky took the NG gunner.
you guys can fight amongst the two who wants to operate what. I'm not fussed.
Okay.
I haven't done the marksman training course and whatnot,
User
so
in your
obviously
channel
someone
timed
who
out.
has done that, I would rather have them take the marksman's rifle, but it's a role that I would like to try.
Go for it. I don't think we have done training anyway.
Okay.
Alright. Hello, Twaka. I see you've joined.
Yeah, hello Twak.
Hey.
Are you back now?
Oh, back now, this moment.
User entered your channel.
Do we have enough for 4-man D3 and 2 fire teams?
If we don't, then we'll settle for a 3-man D3. It's basically going to be a Morse gunner, a marksman, an ammo bearer.
Because we need an
Essentially.
engineer as well.
Yeah, Pips was here. He disconnected. He was in the
So,
engineer
yeah,
slot.
I'm back again.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
I'm
Exile
having I'm
Yeah.
having issues. Just so you guys know, I'm having issues where I'm DCing, but I literally come back like 30 seconds to a minute later, and it's happened all of yesterday and today. So if you just wait 30 seconds to a minute, if you can, I'll be back.
Okay. Well, anyway, there's 13 people in TS and about 12 on server. So what we have in
That's
server
right.
is about what we need to work with.
Yeah, just about to load in again.
Okay. Exile at Twok, you guys can slot in anywhere in Dragon 1, wherever you feel it.
Seems like we need an FTL, so I'll take it.
Okay.
Exile, maybe take FTL2 and Africa can be 1-1
Yeah.
slash
SL.
SL.
Yeah. I was thinking the same.
Yeah, it's essentially the engineer slot is going to be rolled in with you guys.
Yeah.
See that?
So then
Sean,
if there's any latecomers in, we can have a 1-1 Grenadier slot in, and then we can have another member in Dragon 3.
yeah, I think Sean, you should probably take Grenadier around in 1-2. It's the
Okay.
same kit. You just don't take a 84 and you just take grenade rounds.
Okay.
You just
Okay.
don't take the green tube and you take grenade rounds. Apart from that, otherwise, because the rifleman rolls, if it needs to, I mean, the two FTLs can carry the 84's buggies.
Correct.
Just remember to take a rifle with an underslung grenade.
Cool.
Okay, Pips, you're in charge
Yeah.
of the. We're not going to detonate the mines, so you need to defuse them.
Copy.
No point in the enemy sleeping and we blowing up things.
Wake them up.
So defuse as best as possible.
Copy.
Okay. I actually am going to ask you to push opposite side of the bridge, maybe 20. You know where that road forks. Not the first fork, the second fork that leads like a double fork.
Yeah.
If you look at the drawing,
Yeah.
I think I'm going to send you back to that fork there, just to check that the approach isn't mined. Then
Okay.
when you come back, under the security of Dragon 1, of course Dragon 1 will babysit you as far as possible, as best as possible.
Cool.
Up until the edge of Beachhead is going to be the mined route. So that whole stretch of road. So you got a lot of work in front of you.
That's fair.
Also, people, if you are not sure about the road that is mined, treat it as not mined.
As mine, you mean?
As mine.
Yeah, as mined. Yeah.
I just
So
want to confirm.
are we-
Do you want me to push up that road all the way to the edge, to the western point of the beachhead, or only to the top northernmost point of the beachhead? All the way to the west, I'm assuming.
Situational.
Okay.
I mean, if we get sporadic fire and we don't have any sort of, we've got basically people covering you,
Okay.
then you can go to the western edge of that beachhead.
Copy.
I mean, it's if the
Depending
enemy is
on
going to
the-
be mining their own fucking place where they shit, then so be it.
Yeah.
Then we'll use the force to detonate it. But up
Okay.
until that point there, yeah, that's basically the purpose of the engineer slot.
Copy. And then one last question about equipment is: does the mine detector run out of battery or not?
No.
Okay.
No.
Cool. Thank you.
Okay.
Do we have
also,
a
I also have
backup?
one comment. Because last time we played this, we had a long time wasting just on kitting up. So I want
Yes.
people just to like really move up because the time is precious in this mission for
Yes.
having sunlight and keeping that nighttime.
Just one thing on the marksman slot. I see in the loadout it says a 152 radio. Do I take a 152 and a 343?
No, not necessarily.
Okay. Lucas, you're our SL. So what would you like?
We'll see what's available, but I think we'll stick to 343s if I'm not mistaken. We'll see what we have in the kit.
That's what we can discuss in the map.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go map screen. Okay, while we're all loading in map screen for now, kits are suppressed weapons, subsonic rounds. I'm not sure, Phoenix, do we have subsonic rounds?
Yeah, and the suppressors crates. I think you have 2 or 3 mags per person, I think.
Yeah.
Should
Okay.
we take extra slams, etc. if the defusal fails? Because basically everything then hinges on us being able to clear the route. If we can't, then the convoy or the Kenyans will need to go do the other crossing.
Well, if it gets to the point, yes, we do need to detonate it, but we will only detonate it once we've established a very good stronghold that we know that we can actually do shit. These slams, can you program it to be detonated on code?
Yes, they are. You can want them to trigger.
Okay, so take that as a backup.
Yeah, I think it's part of the engineer's kit anyway. Just even if it's just a few, but he should definitely have some, because as a backup for his own work, like if he can't defuse, to have it detonate.
We should also consider the possibility that the mines are not diffusible and exploding them is the only way.
Yeah, in the past we had some bad results with trying to defuse. That's why we use slams as a matter of course.
You got flags, right?
I think we used to as part of the other mine mod. I don't know if we have them now.
I don't think I've never seen them. They're definitely not in the crates.
But also, if we're going to
Kenyans
be doing
aren't
this at
gonna
night,
worry
I can
about
just
them.
drop chem lights. I just don't know how long they last.
No, take spray can.
Will they be seen at night though?
Well, if you mark it on the road and you don't see a big spray X on the road, you deserve to be stepped onto a mine.
Fair enough. Okay, so I'll make sure I try and get a spray can.
We should be in the equipment crate.
Okay.
I think we're all on the map screen now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The plan is quite simple. We will react to what they send to us. Everybody needs to be on their edge as to what's happening. We do have the advantage of, we can move quickly. So in terms of kitting out, remember, silence, suppressors, keep to your weight. I mean, we don't have to move a lot, but you don't want to be combat ineffective by sprinting 300-400 meters under 40 kilo load. But do pack a bit to fight. Okay. If it needs be, the MTVR truck will have just one resupply crate, which will be, call it Dragon 3.
Okay, so we're in charge of the vehicle, okay?
Yeah, I think let's leave you in charge of the vehicle. So Dragon 1 can focus on controlling the micro terrain. Now, I am going to send one of you guys back, right? I don't see that marking on the rock here, but I'm just going to say rock on
It
the
looks
map.
like it didn't load all the markers again this time. Let's see what's going on.
Doesn't matter, Phoenix. I think it could possibly just a way I copied it, maybe. So there's a rock, not there. Jeez. Just look for a big red rock. Whoever's going to be the driver. Pass the rock on its right hand side. So go right around. There the water's the shallowest. You can drive the vehicle through there. If you go any deeper, I'm just going to squiggle it over here. If you drive anywhere there, you flood your engine and you won't be able to drive anymore.
Okay, so see red rock, drive on its right.
I see objective 1. Objective 1 is not correct, right? It should be the bunker.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, my bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter, but it's the general area. If it's there, if it's here, it's not gonna change the perspective. Let's just say that once we get there, we're gonna move to the actual position of the enemy bunker. Okay. We are fighting dangerously close, but we do have the element of surprise if we can get to our objectives. Call waypoint 1 and waypoint 2.
I have one last question, Buck. Is the blue dots that you've marked, is that like a safe zone for us? Or
Yeah.
what?
That's actually, you can stand up straight in that defilade. And you cannot take direct fire. So the idea is that we'll have like positions. I'm just going to mark like indicative. This is not the exact place. You guys can determine this on your own when you're there. But those sort of X's are good places to entrench yourself once you've obviously know you've cleared out thing. So again, make sure that if you're a buddy team, that you take an entrenching tool and that you stick with your buddy in that little hole. Think of it as the old World War II Normandy beach fucking assault.
Yeah. Yeah, this is all about micro terrain management. So
Yeah, but
good.
I don't want to create mass casualties in a place and then all of a sudden lose complete security. Because as soon as we lose, I would say one complete flank, right? It's pretty much gonna be a free for all for the enemy.
Time.
Okay. Any other questions?
Yes, one last question to reiterate. Once Dragon 1 moves on to demine the bridge, it's Dragon 1 performing their Overwatch. We are not allocated to provide support for them as well. Is that correct? As Dragon 3.
Say again. What's your question or
So
concern?
Dragon 3 will be watching south of that line. Nothing, we won't trouble ourselves with anything north. So once we've secured it Overwatch 1, what Dragon 1 does to secure the bunker and the bridge is up to them. We're not supporting them in any way.
We
Unless
only
requested,
supporting.
obviously.
Yeah, we're only supporting that there's nobody pushing onto them. So if we sit in the jungle here somewhere, obviously it's not ideal for visual, but if we sit there just to react or act depending on what they experience or what they encounter, then we do that.
Yeah.
But ultimately, they've got two things to look at. Well, three theoretically if they want to cover their 6. But it's pretty much the bunker, which is the primary. The secondary is foot patrols on the riverbed that might react to in any engagement as such.
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions?
I'm good.
Okay. We're taking this route because it's much less of a dense, I should say it's much more denser. So we're going to fight hard for the first 40 minutes to an hour. Then it will get progressively much easier. Depending if we do our job right and if the Kenyans are actually working today and are not striking Corona. Okay, any other questions?
More statements. Bucky's well, actually is a question. Are you familiar with the high command thing, right?
I've worked with it before. I know that you can access it. I just need to know the keystrokes again.
Control space.
Yeah.
Control space. Okay, that's
yeah.
fine.
Each of the groups are properly labeled, and this time with the AI vehicles, I did do the thing where they can't actually wreck when they crash into something, they can't damage the tires, but you can still shoot them out and blow them out.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, so you put a nice little event handler in.
Yeah.
Oh, that's clever. Okay, if we don't have any other questions other than enjoy the mission, let's fucking hit it.
Eddie. Okay. Where am I? Okay.
Just one thing while we're all kidding out, guys, we can do this relatively in silence. Dragonfall will provide Overwatch at regular intervals with the drone. That's something I forgot to say.
Bucky?
Yeah.
Can I bring the medical ambulance as well?
Yes, of course. I mean, it's
the radio you guys use, the 152 or 3?
343.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes.
Sharky-san, have you decided who's taking what?
I've taken the M14.
I see you coming right.
Okay, don't forget to take if you're comfortable with it, the Leopold.
I mean, you need to take full night gear
Yes.
for now.
Got it.
You take that. You take yes in your range card.
Yes, and the Kestrel wind weather tracker.
Yes, correct.
What do you want me to take? The Moors or the gun bag?
The Moors with the Mark 48, if you can carry the both. Is it too much weight for both? Even if you keep minimal rounds on you, we can make play with the rounds.
Yeah.
No, Brutus is one.
Well, I can
Well, I can carry it.
proper your AR?
Because I can be your ammo blender, so what I'll do is I'll grab a couple of HEs, because my backpack is pretty much empty.
I'm AR.
I'm carrying an
Can
extra
actually grab you
couple.
3.
Are we
I've
just
only
using
got
the mixed?
I'm already 45 kilograms, and I've only got one heat.
It's about.
You can use the
okay,
traces if you
maybe
want,
just keep the one in
or
the
the
chamber
IR
then.
dims.
Don't take any more.
IR dims probably
Just
better because
substitute
we're
the
going
one
to use
in the
night
heat
vision
in the
for a
chamber
while.
for HE.
And then you can
And
use
then
traces
that's it.
later.
But how many link have you got?
I've got 3 cans.
3 cans. Alright, that's great because I can also fit one of those in.
Wait,
Hey,
one
hey guys,
one
can you hear
loaded
me?
and 3.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, yeah.
If you want to, for sake of weight, you can ditch one
Don't
because I
forget
think
your
I can fit the
silences,
second one.
Yeah. No problem.
Shit, why can't I
Yeah.
fit the second one?
Exile, are you gonna take?
I cannot fit the second can for you.
Exile, are you going to take
But what I'll do is
84?
with the extra capacity,
Yeah,
I'll
I
put
got
some
them in my bag.
magazines for the
Right, yeah.
38 kilos, so
yeah, I mean, I can fit.
Yeah, I'm 36 already. I think it's this side.
Okay, I grabbed you 2.
Yeah, it's always difficult to find them. Oh, here they are. The second one. But I'm 38 now. Just gonna take an extra can for my machine gunner and then I'm ready. Right.
remember, subsonic rounds are heavier.
I've got 2
Guys,
spare mags.
remember you can take off your goggles if you want to, guys. It should make it a little easier for you to see as well. And then you need to
Okay.
take, remember you need to take subsonic rounds, guys.
I need my smokes and then I'm ready.
And my machine gunner is brewed, right?
Yes.
Brewed, I'm taking an extra can for you. Do you prefer traces or IRs?
IR.
We won't have subsonic
Yeah,
rounds,
can I-
but we might as well take some fresh
Okay,
silences
42
because we
kgs.
can always chuck them in the field.
I've got 600 rounds on me. I'm just looking for silencer for.
I don't think
Don't take your flashbang, because
there's no silencers.
we don't
Yeah.
have flashes tonight, so leave the flash.
There's no silencers in this crate. You need to go to a different crate, Doc.
And remember,
They're over there.
your subsonic rounds way heavier than normal rounds. Don't
Okay, one.
take full subsonic, just take half subsonic and half full metal.
One on joint team red.
Africa?
Yeah?
Where's the suppressors? Which crate?
Okay, do you pick them with me? I think I just sent Twak there as well.
The what?
The middle crate over here.
It's right there, Twak. The middle crate there.
This one over here, Twak.
This one here?
Oh, okay.
Okay, the middle one.
Thanks.
Yes.
I want to load up the...
Okay, radio access 5, radio check over.
Twak, I'm not sure if you actually have any.
Yeah, it's fine.
where's the truck?
Is it vehicle of ours? Don't make yourself too heavy, like keep yourself as close to 38 as possible.
Right here.
And decent fit. I'm ready. Obviously, this is
Okay, thanks.
5156.
Put down the suppressor. Let me check that.
Okay, and then we lock on channel 2 Twak for the vehicle 3.
Five, five.
So you need to take a 5,
One,
vehicle 3 radio.
we are going to be in green.
Yeah, got one.
Okay, just go to channel 2.
Okay.
Yeah, got you. And then remember to save your loadout, guys. After taking the subsonics and silencers, just save your loadout.
Hello, yes?
Alright.
Silence kit is middle crate over there.
Brute, you ready, eh?
That one?
I'm ready.
Alright, who's my...
Checking 4, come check.
Who's the other guy?
Reach your 554. Out.
Alright, Brood, and I had... Fuck.
But it should be with us.
D-Reaper.
Well,
D-Reaper,
I'm
yeah.
sacrificing a bit of personal kit. It's
Yeah.
more space than weight on my
You ready?
Wrong column.
Roger, I've got no
I'm with
smoke
you,
grenades,
right?
no
Just making
grenades.
sure.
Just check.
Can you sacrifice at least for 1 or 2? Maybe each one magazine?
Yeah, yeah, you with me. Exada and Twax together, we still...
1, 3, 4, and 5. Be ready to roll out. ETA 1 mic.
Do you prefer also like me half round subsonic, the other half normal?
No, I only have three mag subsonics and then the normal loadout.
So one
Radio
in
check.
your gun, two in the
High
back.
five.
I'll probably... Okay, I'm putting one in my gun now. Yeah,
Radio
to my
check.
back. Yeah, 5-5.
Shocky
Yeah.
Scion
I'm not planning on shooting a lot of subsonics. I'd like to keep that at a minimum.
will be on net 3.
Exactly.
But I mean, 90 subsonic rounds should do.
Heavy on the 343.
At
Yeah.
least.
Problem
This is
now
Dragon
with
5.
it is it's heavier.
Yeah, that's why I'm not trying to carry too much.
So I
Alright.
sacrifice the flash for my feet.
Alright. Give me a second. Actual, this is Dragon 1. We ready to go?
Radio check.
Alright, move to the MTB.
Access your
I got you.
advice menu.
High five.
Okay, we're missing Sean. I'm not sure what's up with Sean. Twak, just join Team Green.
I'm gonna check. Does anyone know where the spray can is?
I don't know what's up with Sean.
I should be.
Sean, are you here?
Oh, he's not in game.
We've got entrenching tools.
Oh, fuck. Okay, they're over there.
Thank you, sir.
Access the live menu.
What's your weight, Reaper?
Control and Windows.
Left Windows, yeah.
And take off your goggles.
35.
Shite.
Okay, you're gonna be the one carrying the. Come, you can drop it in here. Don't worry.
Oh, well, I must have it.
This crate, that crate over there.
Don't worry about that. The important one is the interaction
Drop
with
that
your
one. You can drop
Windows.
your goggles in there.
Does that come up?
Just checking the Ace Common key.
Check spray cans. Do they run out, or do I need to take a few? Or
I don't think they run out, but no, I don't think you're not gonna spray like.
You're gonna have
okay, cool.
So the mod is definitely in, it wouldn't
Yeah,
load it.
it's like it's not been mapped.
Oh,
Config when we're in the vehicle. You can have a look at the configuration.
Alright, Dragon
yes,
1.
it's Bell.
So we going any color?
You find it, Twak?
Did I not agree?
He's having some difficulty with the binding.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. It's not
Yes.
a major deal.
Copy.
Alright guys, let's move out to the vehicles. If Sean comes in, we'll just have to talk to him on the radio. Alright, let's go.
Okay. Shouldn't wait too much.
Where do you get them? At the center crate.
It's got the entrenching tool above the mag lock.
Cool, got it.
Cool, sure.
Did you get one?
What weight should we be looking at?
Less than 40.
Okay, give me a sec.
Scion.
I'm a little bit heavy.
No, Son, don't stress about that. We are set. We'll be
Victor
fine if
2,
it's
you're
slightly heavier.
Okay.
Go, guys.
Okay, let's form up by the vehicle if everyone's ready.
Got one for opening up my backpack.
Yeah.
Keep moving.
Which channel do you only want to?
We're the main one.
Main channel. Okay, copy.
You're the engineer.
Did he save his loadout again?
Okay, get in, guys. Get in.
Okay.
Resupply.
Then you guys can just load it.
We're using the UGV stomper later on.
Okay, 100%.
It's already loaded for D3.
100%. Dragon 3 mount vehicle. Shocky, let's have you dropping.
Hey guys.
Oh, we ended up in the front, but that's all good.
I was ended up in
Me
front
too.
for some reason.
Actual, this is Dragon 1, all mount. Out.
Dragon 4 is in.
Okay. Big one. Okay. For the members of Dragon 1 and Dragon 3 in the vehicle.
I think it's the other way. No, you're right.
Yeah. I want to try something for, especially if one SL goes
Next
down.
walk, take left.
I've taken a 343 net radio. Okay.
Wait.
Africa
Guys,
Guardian.
waiting.
Going the wrong way.
Going the wrong way, turn right. Shot it. Just turn right. Yeah. Carry on straight.
Okay, so I'm I've exclusively put myself on 343 channel 4 net.
Okay.
That is only for an absolute emergency if you guys are getting topped over and ASOC goes down and you guys can't communicate. So the squad members can now just switch these 343 net to channel 4 and radio me on that one.
Right into the forest.
So channel 4.
Channel 4, I'm listening in on the one ear, so I won't hear anybody's comms. If you guys need to get hold of me, you guys can call it on 343 channel 4.
Copy, 343 channel 4. Copy that.
You guys know how to switch over radio channels, eh?
Control up and down.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Your left, yeah, just down the road.
You can just drive through the tree line. We will find
the road.
Yeah, the road's quite visible.
Okay, just carry on straight, shot. You're gonna turn right past these trees. Go straight. Yeah, just go straight. Then you're gonna turn right, Joe. And then you can switch off your lights. I'll tell you, don't worry.
Can't see the road.
Right.
Richard, nice.
Okay, straight.
Oh, that works.
I don't want to say anything because we have candidates here, but yeah. Actually, we don't have any candidates, actually, because he dropped, but yeah.
Just slow down. You have a very sharp turn in about 50 meters from now with a tree on a corner. Slow down.
Turn
now.
Left, turn left. There we go. Yeah, there's a rock there, yeah. Cool. Can you see it now? Sure.
Yeah. I'm just following this path.
Yeah, sharp right.
I think my game is cheating.
Why?
Because left. Because it's so light on my screen. I'm taking screenshots.
I was wondering why you weren't wearing your NPC.
Yeah, I'll see you some nice later. But I mean, it's full moon, is it not, Phoenix?
Yeah, it's full moon.
Yeah, so I mean, it's very
It's really dark on my...
It is quite dark.
Just me that's rubber banding like this, is it everybody?
Right? No,
It's just you.
I'm just gonna go, okay, I just want to turn off the other things on my Wi-Fi quickly.
Cool.
Stop. You've got past.
We have?
Yeah, you have.
Oh, past waypoint, I see now.
Okay, that's fine. Just
come back or
30 meters to the right, just pull off to the left.
Okay, turn left.
Do like a wishbound dismount and then disembark all. That's all good? Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Okay, Dragon 1, get out.
3 out.
3's out.
So, Shaki, I thought you had a GPS, that's why I put you on driving.
No, I said it then.
Okay, Dragon 1, we can move out. So, move towards the...
It's just quickly sorting out one thing on his Wi-Fi. Give me 1 second.
Okay, so 5, 4 and myself will form a rear guard element as you guys move on. And we'll probably be about 30 to 50 meters behind you. Almost like a traveling overwatch.
We leaving the vehicles here?
Can we move on the...
We're gonna leave the vehicles here for now.
Are they more?
Can we move on the path, Buckies? That's fine, right?
Yeah, this you can do.
Alright. Dragon 1, let's move out. Column formation on the path.
3 form line, prepare to move bound 1.
Bucky's, sorry, where did you want the engineer? Do you want him to touch Dragon 1 or?
Yeah. Important.
Touch Dragon 1.
Yeah.
Copy.
Okay, 3 moving.
Go 1, 2.
your backpack?
Yeah. Lucky if you've got the spare carry capacity, you can just
Dragon 1, just go one click below normal volume.
I'm rusty. Not that fast, okay, yeah. I've got quite a few. I'm not that.
Don't worry, I'll get you back.
Oh, I'll definitely ask you. I've sorted out see detecting the windows. Who's our grenadier?
All squads, we're 20 minutes into mission making. We need to expedite the next 10 minutes. We can get across the river.
Just hold for a smell. Copy actual, we're just taking a smell and then we'll cross the river over.
Watching southeast.
You got one patrol on the opposite side of the river from directly south from us, moving westerly direction.
to our right.
Copy.
Guys, I just want you guys go completely whisper.
Again?
Whisper and
There's one notch above whisper.
Also guys, make sure that you guys use whisper, use radio comms. Out.
We'll go. Thank you. Now let's move. Okay, I want you guys to hold the bank here while 1-1 crosses first. 1-1, let's go. Okay, 1-1's holding. Dragon 3 is Dragon 1 will hold you while you guys cross.
Just down.
Dragon 1, Dragon 3. Enemy patrol that was on the river edge has fucked off. Egress directly south, immediately south. You are walking into the line of fire of the gun turret of that bunker. From that Overwatch position, we move southwest. Coming from behind, load subsonic rounds. How copy on all?
Copy. We need to move directly south to Overwatch to have a better line of fire on bunker. Over.
From Overwatch 1 to southwest to come in from directly north of the bunker's position. You're gonna attack the bunker facing north.
3 received out.
Alright, Dragon 1, let's get up, we're gonna move directly south.
Dragon 5, Dragon 3, message over.
Say again, you were calling for D5?
Affirmative, got an injured man crossing the river, over.
Was it negligence or armor bug?
Armor bug. Who is it? Sharky, over.
I'll go there for you.
Hold.
Dragon 1, be advised, we are holding back for medical. We'll unite in your column as soon as possible, over.
Copy. Sorry guys, I have eyes on bunker directly west of our position. Copy Dragon 4, copy Dragon 3, 1 will move to overwatch position, over. Okay, let's go guys.
Five, just move forward. Oh, he's coming to you. One, just hold your position. Three, just attending to a minor injury. We're gonna move for ETA 30 seconds.
Copy and lost, we're holding at overwatch 1, over.
Get find a
One, be advised, 3 is moving out.
1, 2, just make entrenchments towards the south, over.
We need to get off the beach.
South of the west, over. Correction, south east, over.
What was the last count on the bunker? Was it just one man?
3 individuals, 2 in an unknown state, possibly asleep, and 1 manning the gun. And the 2 sentry individuals are on the north side where we will be approaching from.
Right, in an hour.
Roger. Are they anywhere exposed in the open that we can easily mark them?
They should be on the floor in front of the fortifications. They're not behind cover.
Understood, thank you.
Okay, let me get a good look.
One, three, make sure that you guys got subsonic rounds loaded while we wait.
1, just make sure you've got subsonics loaded and silencers equipped.
Sean, you got subsonics loaded, huh?
Yes.
confirm you 343 is on +1 10.
Roger, target bunker 2 non-fire.
Dragon 1's confirmed.
Yes,
On
one channel
subsonics.
I knew I'd forgotten something. UAV batteries.
Stand by.
Made another trench for you.
Oh, we're already at about 2/3 fuel.
Okay, I'm right next to you, let's say.
I believe it is over there somewhere. Let me see if I can spot it.
Okay, cool. I'll set up. Should I deploy my tripod or should I just use my bipod?
I think for now maybe rest it on a rock.
Twuck, check that you got a belt loaded.
Okay, I see it. 395, you see the very large bushy tree. Let's be on
Can't
that.
load these. That's the problem. Shoot back in the day, those 30 round mags, right?
No, this is a Mark 26 variant, which is not compatible with the 30 round Stanags in real life.
That was what I was trying to do.
1-3 update.
I've got extra
Our
subsonic.
UAV,
Somebody.
we only have one battery, that's at 2/3. So we need to have eyes, we need to move, start moving out.
So just scroll down your
Received actual, what is the plan of action, over?
Start moving out to the first objective. Move to... wait.
Move direct west until you end up direct south of the bunker. Move in, cap the two dudes who are asleep behind the bunker complex, storm in there and kill the gunner.
Move directly west from our current position until you're directly south of the bunker. Proceed north, shoot the two guys sleeping, storm in and shoot the guy manning the gun. There's only 3 targets at bunker. Start moving now.
Walker. Dragon 1, we're gonna move out directly west until south of bunker, and then we're gonna take out the 3 guys manning the bunker. 2 sleeping, 1 at the mounted weapon. Let's go.
Moving. Scope at 12.4, correct?
Okay, Cassandra.
Dragon 3, directly west of that bunker, there's 1 times enemy camp. Possibly awake, possibly sleeping. Care when we approach. We got confirmation, sleeping as well.
Dragon 3 received, did we get a timestamp, over?
Yes, we will mark
Dragon 1, I want you guys to make a line
coming
right.
down
We're gonna slowly
to save battery for now. We'll engage
There's
both
only
camps
3
at the exact same time,
targets,
1
2
and
sleeping
3,
and 1 mounted.
so we don't alert a lot of the enemy presence.
Affirmative, timestamp 0450
is that a guy
received,
underground
moving to setup, over.
To invisible range.
Dragon 1, just watch you approximately close to the enemy camp as well, directly
Yeah,
west
they are
of you.
sleeping, over.
Where's that enemy camp that's directly west of us?
So, Dragon 1, you guys are
Dragon
going
1,
to
let's
engage
move.
bunker. Dragon 3, Dragon 4, Dragon 5, we engage enemy camp. Move into position so we can engage targets.
Copy, Dragon 1 is approaching the camp now, over.
Dragon 1, care, it's enemy camp to your left is a squad size camp that is sleeping to your west.
Copy, we'll keep an eye on it. Dragon 1, when we take this camp, I need you guys to immediately take shelter with the camp itself. XL, I need you to get eyes on that weapon, mounted weapon.
Fine.
Wait, I have eyes on. Stop.
Lost visual of you. Are you with us still?
Guys, I need you to nominate these two sleeping guys.
Which was right.
On 3, we're gonna open up.
You got him. You got him.
1, 2, 3. Sorry, clear the check. Take shelter, everyone, take shelter. Actual, this is Dragon 1, we've successfully taken the first encampment. Take shelter to see our sleeping squad to our west, over.
Yeah, we've got a bit of an elevated ground, trying to see if we can get eyes on them. They're probably in the dead ground. What break? I'm gonna have you, as Dragon 1, move closer in a line formation in the general vicinity, and Dragon 3 to move closer simultaneously line formation that we engage with a 90-degree angle between the two of us. So we're gonna crossfire, do not shoot blue on blue.
Okay, wait, I've got a question first. Do you want us to try and dismantle this weapon? Because I'm failing now.
Fall back.
For now, no. Not important.
Okay, and then repeat last order. You want us to move directly west until they're positioned to have an L-shaped ambush, over.
Yeah, an L-shaped ambush between the two squads. We will then engage them in a line formation from both.
Just to reiterate, the artillery will be west of us, so at waypoint 3,
Acknowledge
right?
you have it.
Over.
It's with you.
No, timestamp 0450,
GPS with you.
roughly about 100 meters to your
GPS.
southwest.
Okay, I have eyes on.
The GPS.
We must have moved very close to them. Okay, copy that. We'll move back to that position, over.
Okay,
I'll get our
just hold
exact
short.
coordinates.
I'm monitoring us on the CTAP, but let's move closer as two squads, line formation.
Okay, Dragon 1, let's get ready to move. We're gonna move back
ready to engage at
southwest.
3 ready to move.
Yeah, we're gonna move back southwest. We move past the sleeping camp.
Alright, 1, 3 moved at the same time.
Roger, moving.
Okay, let's move 1. Copy, Walker. Okay, let's go, guys.
Start doing a walking pace formation. Do not encroach too fast.
Walking pace. Okay. Everyone keep your eyes open, we are right in front of the camp in some way. And I want us to make a line right, everyone right of me.
Excellent.
We have them directly away from our position now.
Copy. Actual, this is 1-1. We hear them directly west of our current position, over.
They should be right in front of you in the defilade, guys. You guys are encroaching very closely. Make sure that if you guys, as soon as you have laser sight pointed at it so that people can follow the squad, but it's one-time squad. Leaping.
Copy, Walker. Carry on moving on me. For this
Confirm you got visual, there's also caminating. Send message.
Dragon 3, check laser.
Dragon 1, send message.
No message. Over.
Dragon 3, message.
No message, over. Dragon 1, false rock, over.
Copy. False is just a rock, guys. It's the way we need to scout the area. Actually, we do not seem to find them on the timestamp marker, over.
Alright, hold your current position. Yes. Scratch loss squads fall back to our position. Where actual is 3 lead, 1 follow. We've sighted the bunker. It's on a different, the camp. It's on a different location.
Three leading back now, moving out.
One, two, on me.
Yeah, guys, I just had comms issues there.
This is actual, sorry, connection dropped. 1, where are you?
Sorry, actually, I also had connection drop. We are in the forest southwest of bunker, over.
Right, move to my location, which is directly
Guys,
north.
let's fall back to Dragon 1.
Do not go northwest. Enemy bunker is northwest from our location.
Wait, just hold you.
Actual Dragon 3, message, over.
Send.
We have sighting of the camp and its camo net from our current location, over.
Okay, good. If 1 meets up with you, 1 just move back to us. Meet up with 3's location, then you guys can proceed to the camp.
Copy, I'll just run straight to Dragon, so they're just south from us. Out. Alright. Alright, Dragon 1, we're gonna proceed south to Dragon 1. We have eyes on them. Let's go. Line formation, let's just pick up the pace.
Alright.
3, 1 actual, and the rear element is moving parallel to you 100 meters to overlook from a westerly direction.
Where are we going? Okay, copy. Okay, I see eyes. Alright, let's proceed in a line, let's go there. Copy. Dragon 1, just make a line right, we're gonna proceed on to the next bunker, okay?
Line right of 1-1.
Let's go. Let's go.
One, 3, form yourselves in a line formation, squad level based, approach the camp.
We have over. Out.
Roger, we're busy digging entrenchments, wait for your engagement.
Dragon 1, be advised, 3's walking formation, over.
Copy, we're gonna hold short anyway. Dragon 1, just hold here, line right. We're gonna proceed on walking speed from here on forward. The camp's directly to our south-southwest.
Sit on the right.
I've got RPG inside. Left.
Let's move forward, guys.
1-3 is in position. Second individual inside.
Repeat last three brute force.
No, just the 2 individuals inside.
Let's form a line on my right from this position. Actual, this is Dragon 1. We are in place next to Dragon 3, over.
Roger, you guys can start the engagement. We've got line sight on you and the camp and also the KRF direction.
Well, go. Guys, you can open up. Alpha. Move up.
You guys need to move in and clear the camp before they wake up.
Yeah, we're busy. Affirmative, we're busy.
Guy dead, eh? Everyone, just make sure, just double tap the bodies.
One, what's the situation?
We have double tapped all the bodies, camp's clear, over.
Give me enemy KA.
Guys, just tell me a body count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay.
Actual is about 7. Actual is just 1, about 7 people, over.
Roger 7, enemy KA. We're moving to your location. Once we get there, we're going to proceed to waypoint 2 and start the operation beachhead.
Roger, do you want Dragon 1 to proceed to the bunker north of us so we can move up to the clearing of the road, over?
Break. We have audio on Victor's. Fighting northwest.
Guys, vehicles coming in from the southwest.
Get down.
One technical charge from the northwest. Tree line.
Gunner on technical incapacitated, driver standing by.
Driver's down.
Technically eliminated.
Okay, 1, start moving towards waypoint 2. Secure the initial, we're coming.
3 will follow 1 out.
Copy, lost. Give me 1 second to rally up, over. Dragon 3, get ready to move. Dragon 1, get ready to move.
1-3, what's your medical sitrap at this
I
stage?
just need to get a breath quickly. Wait, I'm fucking heavy.
3 green, over.
Guys, what's your ammo counts?
Green.
All green, right? Alright. Yeah.
Actual, this is Dragon 1. We're green on all, over.
Roger,
Just need
proceed.
to catch my breath. It's a Phoenix mission.
Okay.
1-3, you guys needed to move away from the camp to waypoint 2. Just make that happen, please.
Yeah, we are just catching our breath and getting ready to move. We are moving now.
Okay.
Roger, out.
Fuck's sakes. Micromanaging like a bitch. Let's go.
Alright, 1-2, form up. 1-1, move out. Report. Move out.
You must be.
Let's go 1-2.
Alright, squads, we almost at mission time at our next objective. Break. Beachhead secured, ETA 12 mics. Break. Moving on to the next bunker with haste. And break. Making sure we have a stronghold defensible position at 530 time. I'll copy all, over.
3 copies all out.
That's a bit of a gamble.
Break.
No one's on comms.
Sighting enemy camp, bearing 278, range 500 meters. And they're awake.
278 guys.
Dragon 3 as ours, will establish position on Overwatch.
As well.
Stand by.
Right, 3 establish a defensible position, ready to engage. There's 2 times individuals up, as well as 1 times individual
Yeah,
on the
that's
gunner
the point of
position.
whispering. Alright, just entrench here.
Welcome.
Just entrench here in the western and northern directions, please.
Alright. We will entrench north and you guys will go.
Because we're gonna move out. It's just while we're waiting.
Finishing. See?
Okay. Looking my brain around here. There's a bunker ahead of us and a bunker to our right. Ah, right. That's awkward. Oh, good thing he disconnected in amongst us. Shit, it's getting bright.
It's getting light already. Alright. Guys, just hold this area. Dragon 3 is just scouting ahead. We might be moving north anyway. Yeah, those bunkers.
Got it. I'm gonna do it right now.
Sorry about that.
It's fine. I take it the people are...
Extra 3 message over.
Send.
Preliminary beachhead secured. Do you want us to engage that camp now, or are we waiting on your orders, over?
For now, let's move Dragon 1 and keep eyes on them, but I do want to engage them at our next opportune moment that you guys have. If we have all 3 in line of sight and you guys can engage, we can do so.
Affirmative, we have all 3 gunners in line of sight.
Roger, wait 1, we confirm with UAV. We had lost a bit of reserve juice for now. We confirm if there's only 3 times enemy at that location, then you guys are free to engage.
My team has advised me we do not have eyes on the machine gunner in the camp, over.
I saw him earlier, he is definitely there.
Understood, he is there. Whoever's crawling up in front, you guys will have line of sight of when you're there. He was a little bit lower than the high ground.
No, it's not a bunker.
Roger that, I'm personally crawling forward to establish a forward entrenchment position while I'm covered by my team in the rear, over.
Break. There's a vehicle approaching.
Multiple, 2 vehicles.
Roger, if you can fall back.
Sounds like it's from the northeast.
Northeast.
Behind us.
Yeah, definitely from the north.
They're gonna shoot your Dragon 3 if they see him.
Like, if you look close, you can see his trail.
Yeah, I can see the dust there.
Alright, one, start moving into the defilade to secure the northern side of this beach.
Copy. We'll go. Dragon 1, let's move into the defilade in the back there.
Dragon 3, are you guys okay in that position? Can you guys engage?
We are right for the camp, over. We just spotted a QRF. QRF includes a truck full of at least a squad of infantry, over.
Understood. It is starting to daybreak, so if we need to go loud, we can do this with relatively ease. Once we're all in a defensible position, we'll wait shortly on that. We're moving to your location right now.
Understood, stand by.
Alright, squads, for now we don't have a UAV overhead of us.
Actual, this is 1 actual. We're pushing past HQ marker to waypoint 3, over.
Roger that. We got intel on an enemy mechanized QRF northeast of our position in the trees.
Break.
Entrench your back end as well. Break.
We have eyes on anti-air machine.
780, you can see his RPG sticking out.
Fucking truck, over.
Break. Dragon 3 has eyes, target locked with more standing by, over.
Roger that, understood. Break.
Crouch, you will see him. You will see the tip of his RPG. Left to the left. Thing is
Also audible on vehicle moving from the north, over.
75272.
Also suggestion to Dragon 3
Left,
not use
yeah.
force but to use the
About
over.
2 fingers
Dragon
worth
3,
of that tree there.
entrench your rear end as well.
Right
There's
there.
a QRF to your northwest, directly at your 4 o'clock.
RPG. I can see him again.
3 received.
Okay, look where I'm looking. If you
Right behind Actual's location right now.
actually
One, what's your
bearing
situation?
270. That's where that truck drove past. See his head sticking out. He's looking up or something. What the?
Get down.
The technical?
Or seen 1 times enemy technical directly north of Actual's location. 3 you will have eyes on.
3 has eyes, requesting orders, over.
Yeah, shoot him.
Yes, shoot him.
Suppose we use the DMR, please.
Shoot him. He's moving to us. Okay, we have to go down.
Go down.
direct, we're in contact. No, at this point. Taking a change.
Sliding on the hill, sliding on the hill.
They know of us.
290,
Now. Okay, so we've got engagements from 177.
Anyway, guys, make sure you load at traces or just normal rounds. Don't waste your subsonics now. There's no point anymore.
Can we move our silencers?
Yeah, if you want to, yeah, you're welcome.
Got engagement 040 from our position. One, can you split up into smaller teams and then cover these sectors?
You know, make sense. You want Dragon 1 to split up in teams and then... We are covering everywhere, over. Let's move up this hill, guys.
Technical bearing 150. 150.
We've got an enemy cresting 280.
Dragon 1, have one of your men start digging trenches around you guys for now.
Yeah, I'm busy.
Pause, Peps. Once you're set, just call it. Okay, hold on. Exile is down.
Okay, bring him here, Peps.
Copy, I'm bringing him. Just keep it.
I'll cover you. Once you've said, just call.
D-Reaper, go dig on that side. The eastern side, or the southern side's more important.
Oh, come on.
Peps, can you drag him?
I'm dragging him.
Reaper, go dig on the southern side, please.
Who's our medic?
No one, just us. I'll help you. Well, actually, you get on.
Oh fuck! Where's he going? Okay. Bleeding. He's on his head. Bleeding.
Fucking... Go check his pulse.
Yeah, just check his pulse first. I have a feeling he might have been headshotted, although he doesn't look dead.
No heart rate. I'll start giving CPR.
Shit. Okay.
Banish his head.
I'll banish his head, yeah.
Dragon 5, this is Dragon 1. We need a medical. Over.
Roger that. Can you bring him to 3's location, which is directly south of you?
Negative, we're giving
Bearing break.
Break.
261. 261.
I've got...
Bearing 261, guys, 261.
Top of that reach, Dragon 1.
Got a strong heart rate, it says.
I've got
says strong heart. Okay, then give him morphine immediately.
Copy that.
I've got eyes on 3 guys in a bunker. My free to
before he goes back into...
Yeah, cardiac arrest.
Alright, yeah, blood pressure's on. Okay, fully stable.
This is D5, you need to go to your location.
Got a little bunker.
It was necessary, but we got a strong heart rate. We're just giving him morphine. We just got him back from cardiac arrest, over.
Shilka, I think, or something.
Alright, he should be fine. He should be stable, as long as his head doesn't open up. Just check his pulse key. Normal, alright. Okay, he's gonna be fine.
Alright guys, we've apparently woken up a hornet's nest. Keep your areas clear.
Fucking hell.
Okay, contacts bearing 20, 202, guys.
He's down.
There's one in front of the rock. He's moving.
Friendly's coming in.
Enemy 130.
Shit.
Guys, 3
He's fine.
sectors.
Okay. Got a heart rate, I suppose.
Someone's taking fire. Brute force. Brute force is down.
Shit, danger close. Grenade out.
down, he's down. Fucking get downstairs. Reinforce, I got you.
Where's the other one gone?
He's right.
There he
Well,
is.
it was in this valley below us.
No, I was talking about the wounded.
Exile is also down.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's been treated.
5, come to our
blood
location,
pressure is
we'll
low.
cover.
Okay, I'm checking blood pulse here.
Can somebody give
location?
this guy blood?
Just to 1's location.
No blood pressure. Okay, I'm giving CPR.
Roger.
Heart rate shouldn't be weak, he should be okay because he's lost some blood, but he shouldn't be.
Yeah, his blood pressure is though, not his heart rate.
Yeah.
It might have been the morphine that we've given him, but that wasn't necessary, so don't worry.
Shit.
Heart rate weak. Should we give him epinephrine?
No, wait,
No,
5
no,
is
no.
coming.
No.
5 is coming. Alright guys, let's make this group a little bit bigger. This is a bit too tight for anybody's liking.
Okay,
Copy that.
so there's still a group off to the south on the elevated hills.
Okay, Phoenix, you busy? Okay, cool.
Yep.
Then you go.
Up there at that bunker, there's still somebody up there at that bunker somewhere, I think. Or in that direction. I
We have
got it.
Exile on this side as well, Phoenix.
Yes, yes
Reloading.
there is. It's a PKM gunner. Yeah.
It's
Okay, you
it's
got
the
the
road.
one?
Contact 271.
Okay, also there's a contact 025 in the road. He's not down. He's not dead. He's just down. He's not dead.
Well, the chances
Okay.
of him magically getting blood through his anus alone, he will bleed out.
Okay, I need you. Okay, hope that's a civvy group. It doesn't look like it. Okay, so there is a group.
3,
Roughly,
move to 1's location.
there's a group-
Bearing, sliding,
rough-
bearing 14140.
Okay, there's a
Actual
group-
3 wants to move to their original overwatch. Maybe proceed over.
Just there's enemy from your 140, the tree line right behind you.
Where is the original Overwatch?
Understood. We'll be careful moving to original overwatch out.
That side. There. To your left. Right there.
Okay, that's no good because there's a group behind that hill. The remainder
Uh,
of them were engaging earlier.
They're coming over here.
Fuck.
They're coming over here.
And the group with the bunker is still
Sighting,
engaging us.
sighting.
I haven't seen him, but-
170 far.
3 enemy squad behind that hill that was approaching our direction. Just keep south crest.
Roger that. We'll establish an ambush when we are.
Okay,
Alright guys.
Get I 261 enemy far. About 3 guys.
Copy. 261. Far.
okay,
I
Bucky's
have eyes on.
regarding...
Yeah, that's very far.
Regarding what I can see at the bunker, it looks like there's a technical covering the road as well as a
No, that's too far
PKM
for me.
facing this way, possibly an
engage?
HMG in the
No,
front
it's
of
too
the
far
bunker.
for us to actually be
Okay,
effective.
thanks. This is on our immediate threat?
No, this is to our direct north. They're not an immediate
Just
threat
worried
to
about-
us.
Okay,
HMG he has.
okay, perfect.
3, once you've established a position at that location, train your eyes with long range to 261. There's another enemy bunker position.
Understood. Out.
Guys in the tree line?
Yeah, I hear them. I'm trying to see.
3, we cannot see the guy shooting you from the tree line.
We have our.
I don't see what you guys are shooting at, but it's fine.
Okay, where do you want me? I'm back.
Okay, one. Check the northwest
Contact
there.
down.
Technical north.
Another man down.
Reloading.
Reloading. Who's down?
Pop some smoke.
Reaper. Okay.
Yeah, shit.
Got a patch quickly as well.
Yeah, we need to get off this hill.
You need to check yourself.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
checking.
this way we don't
Dragon 1,
really...
can you support infantry tree line? Over.
We don't have visual, but we can support break 200 from you. So focus tree line.
Roger, you guys focus 200, focus tree line out.
140. 140.
Shit, come on, wake up.
They Then out of the
Giving him
cover-
CP. I've got no heart rate.
Is Phoenix still up?
Phoenix?
No, Phoenix is not here.
No, he's here.
Phoenix?
No,
Phoenix,
it's
yeah.
not here.
Oh. Okay. Got eyes on the technical again.
Is it
Like
moving
it's down.
again?
No, it looks like it's down.
Yeah, no, I think it's down.
I can't, yeah.
Looks like D3 has a man down.
You know, he's
What
definitely
was that?
Yeah, that sounds big, whatever it is.
It's one of ours. It's one
Might
of
be
ours.
D3.
It was, I think it's that 760.
3, are you guys okay in your position now?
Very beautiful sound.
3's down. Bandaging. We need medic.
Okay.
Roger, just wait one. Phoenix?
Okay, he's got a heart rate.
I'm gonna. He's more critical here.
We've got the SL down on Dragon 3 side as well.
Yes, I know.
Confusing.
Okay.
Bucky, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
What's the plan? How we gonna-
We're just gonna treat the one guy. Then we're gonna move down the road and start clearing the mines. Africa?
Yeah.
How many people have you got
Okay,
combat
I
effective here?
think-
Everyone, as long as Reaper's up, then everyone.
Reaper's up?
Count. What? How many people have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is what we've been. 6 with me.
6 with you. Okay.
Sorry, no, 3. It's 5 with
Bucky's.
me. My bad.
Yes, Sharon.
Bear in mind that bunker still has infantry in it at the end of the road. That needs to be dealt with before you can start clearing mines.
Yes, I'm well aware of it. That one at the truck right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's 6
Technical
because
drove off on us.
Peps is with us. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm going to be clearing the mine soon.
All right.
I'm gonna go
So,
D3.
okay, so we can check everything in the tree line, Africa, to our directly north. Okay. So I want you to move to where we engage the technical. You see the one on the little
Yeah, I
crest?
see it.
But just hold short, don't crest, and then see if you can get eyes on the gunner position in that bunker, and then engage it. Me and Sherman, I know it's a 2-man, but we're just gonna hold this position out while 5 goes and attends to 3's location.
I would
Fuck,
actually
they're ready.
recommend 3 withdraws to this position and 5 tends to them here.
Break. 220, Adushka approaching us.
Sala, put your
220,
volume up. Put your volume up.
any Dushka approaching.
Yeah, Bison, it's very far though,
Very
very
far.
far.
That
But
is
they
not
are
a
definitely-
Dushka.
Well, I don't know what it was.
I'm checking laser designator, wait.
That is a ZU-23 on the back of a
Yeah.
truck.
That's the
Scratch close,
second
not a
one.
Dushka. It's a Ural ZU-23 approaching far 220 at the town.
Right.
Dragon
Well,
3,
Axel-
get your
Axel
asses
is
back
down.
up. We need that Moors.
SL is down.
There's a naked man running towards us.
I think SL has the Moors.
Okay, if that thing is coming towards us, we need to expand this trench network very quickly. We're too tight.
There we are.
I'm pulling onto the tree.
But one is moving anyway very soon, so you should have enough space soon.
Okay, Sherman?
Yeah?
For now, one of us look at the tree line, and the other one is going to look at the ZU-23. I think I'll look at the ZU-23, and then
Alright.
once 5 has
Alright,
done...
Dragon 1, let's move. Do the trench down, yeah?
Yeah, copy.
Exhala, Peps, when you guys are done. Twat, just move down in this valley.
3, move to our location with 5.
Okay.
Copy, moving.
Thinking about 5, bro.
Just to I return to our location 3 and 5 out.
Dragon 1, additional
Dragon, no,
needs
we're
1
gonna move now, we're
PKM
gonna
gunner
move now.
facing
Okay,
out
we're
of that
gonna
bunker
have
complex to
one
the
move
east,
first.
and there's probably an HMG on the
1,
north
2,
side.
I want you to take Peps, because then we 2-3-man teams.
3, just move to
we're
actual
gonna-
location on the steel top.
We're
Roger,
gonna
3 moving.
move in wedge
3
formations,
also
and then let's
take
just,
note, one
you guys
time
stay 20 meters behind us.
ZU-23
Okay, slightly to
on
the right.
the northern
Alright,
edge
let's go,
220
guys.
last seen
We're gonna
opposite
move
side
that
of town, lost visual.
Bucky over. Oh, wait, fuck.
Roger, we'll give it
Sorry.
a quick scan
That
from here,
Bucky
see
over
if we
there.
can see it, we'll engage it,
Okay,
and then
let's
we'll
go.
move to your location. Over.
Moving.
Roger that.
Sighting on the Zeus, sighting on the Zeus, 235.
Vehicle is moving towards us,
Big
guys.
vehicle incoming, fully loaded troop transport.
Dragon 1, have you got AT with you?
We do have one
Technical
AT4.
close. in the
What
trench,
direction?
in the trench, in the trench. Okay, the problem solved. ZU-25 still active 235.
235, fuck, where's that? 235. It's just behind there, it's just behind where we crossed, the left. Behind the hill.
Zeus inbound.
Fighting.
Getting up. Drone over.
Okay, lot of casualties.
Is that all guys down? Dragon 1, this is Dragon 1, be advised we have mass gas.
Understood?
Crest, he's gonna crest. Got a jam.
Dragon 3, you've got somebody coming on you right now, he's moving on you. You okay, Twan? Get up.
Back. Okay, Axel, we took a massive hit. See if we can buddy aid for now.
Stand by. Everybody hit the floor. I think start cooking
Two KIA. Behind this area.
Who's in charge of one actual?
Turkish was okay.
Combat effective at this point. Starting early.
Wrong side of the barrier.
Fire over.
Okay.
We cannot fire at this point. So we need to fire from that direction.
Affirmative. Over.
Okay. K and Elastic is must be carried of him. No.
I found a weak part right now. But he's lost a lot of blood. I have to more morphine.
340.
Stand by. Scene over.
So the weak heart rate is just taking a morphine, so we should be pumping the blood, I think.
So I got him. Anyone who's doing this chest?
I'll do his chest.
Yes, you guys need to stop the bleeding first.
Yeah.
Don't bother with CPR if you don't stop the bleeding.
I think I'm gonna bleed out any minute now as well, so. Yeah, I've lost a lot of blood.
Okay.
I've used one of the
Okay, don't worry
20Ks
about
on
him
him. I don't have any 20Ks left for me.
Dragon 1, be
Don't worry
advised,
about
we
him.
will be operating the technical on our location, over. You're making yourself an RPG magnet, I highly advise against that.
Yeah, agreed. Scratch last. We need you on infantry duty at this point.
This is 1-2, we lost the entire 1-1. Attending to our own wounded right now also. We're fine. Okay.
I've used up all my kit.
And they really went out.
Actual requesting
right.
we expedite the mine clearing so that we can get the...
That thing with truck, is he okay?
Send message over.
Lost functionality on iCommand with DC.
Roger, just tell me where you want them over.
Just hold in front of the bridge. What's our how many KA friendly?
Well, an entire squad, so there are at least 4.
Yeah, I know that we have 2 KAA. One over here is
Yeah, there's 3
T
here.
is immediate.
Yeah, there's 3 over here and 1 over there, so at least 4
Where do you see
dead.
3?
1, 2, 3.
Okay, where's the engineer for the mine
Yeah,
detector?
yeah, I'm up.
Okay.
I'm injured, but I'm up.
Okay. If I go down, Sherman, I want you to take ESA actual for now.
Yeah.
Talk will make it.
I need medical attention, Phoenix.
Sorted.
Okay.
We got the engineer up.
I'll move truck somewhere. I'll just move truck somewhere safer, and then
Yeah, my stitching isn't working at the moment, so I'll get a quick copy or whatever.
I think somehow we've managed to disable the stitching in our ace settings. Because we've had this for a while.
I'm looking and it's technically enabled, but I don't know. I think it's a bug.
where are we gonna make our
Dead resupply.
Okay, Lucas 8.
Yeah.
Just move your squad up there. Just hold security
yeah,
for
we'll take
us.
it. Copy. 3 on me. Sion, we're shot.
1, what is your count at this point? Who's 1 actual now?
That will be me.
You got 152 radio?
Yeah.
Okay, and how many people are you?
Myself and Squawk and
Shit.
It would be
Pips.
but truck is still recovering. He'll be up, but we don't know how long he's going to be down for. But he's stable.
So we
Okay.
are very low on manpower in terms of
Welcome back to the land of the living.
Truck's up. Okay, so you've got 2.
Okay. 3, one of your members, can you sacrifice one of your members, attach him to 1 as they move in to clear the mines?
Affirmative, we can do that. We'll wait for them back here. Over.
Roger that.
Do we have any word from the reinforcements?
Thank
you. Reinforcements, we are back at base. 3 minutes from
Oh, speak of the fucking devil.
Roger, 3 times enforcements, understood your situation. Wait, we'll devise a plan.
Okay, do they have access to a truck?
No, where's the UGV? Close.
It is, but it can carry 1 person at a time.
Let them drive back to the truck and go fetch the reinforcements.
Okay, that's gonna be...
Okay, Kenyans, Oscar Mike.
Shit.
Roger. 3, send one of your men down to our location. The one attaching to 1.
Coming.
Okay. Do you want to tell the reinforcements to have one of them climb into the UGV and the UGV will take them to the truck?
Yeah, well. Reinforcements, we're gonna send 1 times UGV back to your location. One of your reinforcements get into the UGV. We'll take you to the truck to bring the truck back to base for reinforcements.
Hello, Sharky here.
Copy.
Attaching to the
Reinforcements Dragon 4. The UAV is just sitting next to the road at the base. One of you get in and I'll take it to waypoint 1 where we left the truck.
Xyla.
Copy. Just a proposal. If you stop the Kenyans...
Okay, so what's left is there's 1 times enemy bunker that's still got a static gun on that side.
Yeah, negative. No stopping them now, looks like.
And once that is taken out, reinforcements, just make sure you bring some batteries as well.
Yeah,
we have to stop the Kenyans so that they don't run into the mines.
Okay, so we just above waypoint 3, the bunker position.
Okay,
yeah,
it's,
so engage that, and then start with the mine clearing operation.
Where am I going? Am I with Xyla?
Yeah, Xyla. Shark is now attached to you.
Okay.
Roger.
You want us to start the minefield clearing?
Yeah, first the bunker. Myself and Sherman and 5 is going to move to 3's location to provide overwatch. Okay. Right.
Okay.
Let's go, Sherman. Phoenix?
Alright, 1.
Yep.
Are you all ready?
Xyla, where?
Yep.
Sharky is with you.
Alright, welcome Sharky, welcome to the group.
Who's engineer?
Hey, Pips.
Roger.
Squawk, you ready? You need to go.
Grabbing an extra can.
our mission is simple. We're going to go to waypoint 3.
Squad 1, infantry 240.
Hold.
In the trench as well as one-time reinforcement technical with infantry.
I have movement. What direction is that?
240.
Yeah. 240 movement file. Until if it's a civvy then. Nice. I think it's a civvy up there.
Alright, let's go. One is moving out to waypoint 3 as directed. Let's go, guys. We need to go to waypoint 3.
Moving.
Column formation.
One, you have a troop transport truck directly bearing break. 200. Far for now, but they're moving towards us.
One read.
Oh, we still got people in that fucking bunker.
Yeah, that's where we're going. Alright.
Okay, copy.
Where's the bunker?
We stay down it.
Being engaged, it is actually the Kenyans engaging the bunker. Can you proceed to clear the bunker?
I have eyes on some of the bunker.
Actual, this is one. That is affirmative. The Kenyans are engaging.
I can get better eyes.
Yeah.
Just scooting left here, Exhala. Yep.
Yeah, I see him. Alright.
Okay, Dragon, be advised the Kenyans are going to
Second technical. Second technical, let's move. Don't know what the fuck that is big.
Okay.
Zero. Disregard civvy.
We've got Kenyans fighting in us.
One, coming behind you. It's a white transport truck.
Putting a grenade in, I think. Ah, fuck, I don't have one. I've only got IR. Shit. Somebody else. I'll cover the door.
I've got a grenade.
Who's up? Are we still all up?
Drop the grenade in there if you can.
Remember how to use it. Shift G.
Roger, we've taken some direct SPG-9 rocket fire. Unknown location, just general was from 250.
Hang in.
Go right.
Yes.
Is that friendly or enemy?
Don't shoot the Kenyan.
Okay, copy that.
Okay, camo actually.
Actual, this is one. Okay,
Roger. One actual.
But I need a
train
serious.
your bearings in train's
Very
position.
shocky.
To your tree line at west. There's enemy pushing us from that side.
Need to catch my breath.
Where do you want our eyes, Exiler?
One that's entrenched to the west. Enemy at the tree line to the west.
Copy that. The west.
Yeah.
Why don't we just use the bunker instead of building new trenches?
I wanted to expand our entrenchment. The bunker is too crowded.
Copy.
Should I speak?
Cover me. I will move some.
Fight. Down. Bearing 255 in the tree line.
Take your
Under
shot.
contact. Oh, he's down. He's going to.
Okay. I'm gonna build some bunkers.
Scanning. I'm scanning the forest.
Okay, building.
Active is one. Just check.
We're getting direct mortar fire.
That's not from us.
Yeah.
Must be from inside town.
Actual, are you still okay?
Actual just got fucked by mortars.
Oh, fuck. Actual just got fucked by mortars.
I've got movement.
Oh shit.
Get
I've
in
got
the
movement
bunker,
20,
stay low.
020.
In the bunker and stay low.
Could be Kenyans, could be friendly.
Dragon 1, you and the reinforcements are to meet up and continue with the demining operations. We'll try and salvage the situation here.
I see a vehicle. I hope that's
Coming from the north, it should be Kenyans.
okay. Bearing 40.
Going 40.
What 343 channel are you guys?
Mining position. Over.
I've got movement west, directly west on the horizon.
Copy.
Unknown at this time, stand by.
You wanted us to go and clear the road. Continue the demining.
Actual, or act in actual,
Yeah, in the depth.
this is reinforcements. We've loaded this one resupply crate, moving towards the Kenyan forces on the other side of the road crossing, over.
Roger that. You may be getting some company shortly, so one of you may... I may have to bring the supplies back to pick him up.
I'm moving with
Copy,
him.
we can hold
There
while,
was movement over there.
Just relax.
Dragon 1, if you look on the map, you can see the crossing area 2. As per warning order, that place is mine, over.
Guys on the minefield, they are just outside of the water as you're approaching the water.
Do we have somebody checking
Negative, I can't put any explosives down them currently.
single infantry? Back some mag.
Actual, this is reinforcements.
One
What
here
is
earlier.
moving over.
GP looking.
Reinforcements, are you currently in control of the truck?
Affirmative, truck's back at base with 3 reinforcements, over.
I try hit it with my Morjon. Okay, how many reinforcements are at the front and how many are back
we can try, otherwise we can try grenades
the
that we've got, I guess, but I don't know.
I am with all the reinforcements back at base. There's only the 3 of us, over.
Position away, so try and defuse if you can. If you can't advise, then I will see what actual says.
Copy.
Chucky. You scared me with that move.
Roger, you should have at least one reinforcement
We
with
usually
you
never
now.
defuse because we always lose an engineer.
Wait 1 minute and then move out.
1, we have started the defusing of the mines at the border. Over.
Roger, you have the demining tools on you, over.
Affirmative, the engineer is busy with it.
Roger, the remainder of Dragon 4 and 5 on the hill will move out. Reinforcements, we advise one more reinforcement coming in. I think that should be the last one once you're all loaded up. Move the truck out.
Yeah, I have eyes on the last reinforcement. We're ready to move once Bucky's finished kicking it up. Out.
Roger. In addition, don't worry about the UAV batteries. They've got fried.
It's good. It's just mining currently. I'm doing the right-hand side of the road
We're
first.
going to move back to road crossing 2. We'll hold short with the Kenyan forces until the road's been cleared. Over.
Squawks and Sharky, can you set up an entrenchment there where you are and do overwatch? Don't be alarmed, I have sighting of the Kenyans at Berry 20.
One actual Dragon 4 and 5 are arriving with 1 times casualty alongside the road.
Actual, this is 1. The Kenyans have met up with us here at the river, but they are not crossing us.
Say again.
The Kenyans have met up with us at the riverbank, but they are not crossing. Over.
Roger, where does the mined area start and end of it?
According to my engineer, it starts at the water bank and goes all the way through. We are at crossing 2.
Sherman, so if you want them to start crossing, let me know.
Okay.
Go for Pips.
How many mines do you still have here?
Probably about 6.
Okay. I'll relay to Actual. Actual, this is 1. Engineer reports 6 mines left to defuse. Over.
Pips is good. Pips is up. Pips is up.
I see you're eating spicy meatballs for dinner.
Yes, just tell me about it.
Are you okay?
Yeah, copy that. Luckily I was on the floor and it wasn't anti-infantry, so it's mostly overmade.
Okay.
Patching quick.
Oh, fuck you running.
Currently surrounded.
A lot
Don't
of
try and
mines
get
on
me.
that far side still, so it's not only 6.
But he's okay.
Yeah, I'm more worried about the fact that I can see mines on the other side of the river as well.
Yep.
It's gonna be a...
All the way through.
Once you slam.
That's what I keep saying, but nobody's brought
Be advised, there's a small possibility I might pass out. If you do come down the road, come down on the... if you're going
reinforcements,
back towards the
what's
Kenyans,
your
come down on the
position,
right-hand side.
We are approaching the bridge crossing 2 next to Kenyan forces. Over.
I don't know why we keep training slams, but nobody brings slams.
Roger. I'm gonna bring the UGV over behind the Kenyan forces and unload the crate there. Can you check whether you guys have slams in that crate?
Still patching.
Copy, we can check. We have 1 resupply crate in the truck as well. Over.
Only the explosive resupply crate will have slams.
Okay, Roger. I just got confirmation that the explosive resupply crate will only have them, but I want you to unload the weapons crate regardless.
Suggestion.
Copy that. We'll hold it in our vehicle
I
as well.
don't think that's going to work for the purposes of demining. Okay. What the fuck?
I hope that wasn't a reinforcement. Radioing on me?
Be advised, that had nothing to do with this.
That was the UGV, apparently.
From the UGV.
Dragon 1, the UGV appears to have been ambushed. I suspect you may have an enemy force on the opposite side of the river.
Copy, we'll keep proximity. We hear explosions up.
Okay, fuck. Phoenix, that probably means that your Humvee is in
Good, got the last little cluster to do and then I should be okay to check the water.
Okay, I see there is a lot of mines on the other side of the bank.
Phoenix.
Yeah.
You might have a
Can you
lock on your place.
swim across along like the far
Copy that, no worries.
away
I got
from the
3 left on this side as far as I can
mine
see.
there?
Can I
Get
try?
across the
Can I
other
try
side,
shooting
get
at them?
to the truck, go back with the truck and get resupply.
Yeah.
Preferably explosive for now, and then
Okay.
maybe the other one later. But give the bridge a wide berth.
Sharky's gonna give a shot on one of the mines on the opposite side of the river. Go for it.
Copy that.
Oh, that worked.
Phoenix, hold for now. We've got explosive detonation via bullets.
Hit. You may return to our position. Out.
Fuck your moors. Oh, fuck your s'mores, rather.
So, the green one.
Yeah.
Is the anti-infantry ones are tiny.
Holy shit. Yeah?
Okay. Yep, so.
One Phoenix. In the position near the river, Peps needs medical attention.
On the way.
Alright, and also Pets, I assume you diffused all the ones on our side of the bank.
I diffused all the ones on our side of the bank that I saw. I didn't go into the water though. But
what you would like me to do for him? Oh, I couldn't say it at least.
yeah, sorry if you wouldn't mind, because I'm getting funny blurs. Don't give me morphine over already. Assuming there's no mines in the water.
Well, there's only one way to find out. Go in there with a detector.
I'm gonna have to go and check out. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you one more.
Reinforcements, Dragon 4, that sound you were hearing is
Don't
us
sit on our side.
finally realizing that we
Our side
can
entirely
use bullets
diffused.
to disable landmines.
Copy, we figured, just let us know when the road's clear so we can move up the position out.
Roger, we're doing a final clearing. Once that's done, Dragon 5 will move back across and get
Phoenix, if I diffuse them, they
a
pop above
weapon
the ground.
and medical supply
I
crate
can
to
leave
us
them
using
there,
the
right?
truck.
There's no way to pick them up.
I think so. I think it'll be fine.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
You don't need to pick them up because
Okay.
at that point they're
Sharky holding fire.
Okay.
I can't see anything far side anymore, but it's good for you to check.
Mm-hmm.
Make some entrenchments. Hey guys, make entrenchments if you can when you can.
Reinforcements, can you come up just so that you've got eyes on us on the opposite side so we have some cover?
Copy, we're gonna do that, guys.
Can do that.
Who's shooting me?
Because we got mortar fire.
It's mortars.
Start building a nice wide trench network because we need to be spread out.
One, let's make our entrenchments facing northeast. Make it nice and long.
Reinforcements, we're currently clearing the last section with the engineer. Once we've confirmed it's clear, we will give you the go-ahead to move across and then move the Kenyans.
At the bunker.
Copy, I have eyes on 6 mines across the...
Sitting above the soil.
Affirmative that they're all above the soil.
Roger, we've diffused all of those.
I have 2 more to defuse, and then it's done, I think. We'll do final sweep of the road.
You managed to get rid of the contact?
Contact's gone. We're just sweeping up a bit.
Make sure to double tap and out.
Can I come across?
Actual, this is reinforcements. We're pushing across the river towards you guys.
Roger. Leave the truck on the far side. The medic needs to use it in order to get our shit back.
Copy. Do you want me to unload the resupply on the other side and then bring it back this side over?
One regroup on me.
Yeah, tell the medic to mount up in the truck so long. We'll bring the truck over this side. Hope to God that we've found every mine, and then unload the resupply here.
Just to confirm, is the medic back at base, right?
No, he's standing right next to you.
Yeah, I'm safe.
Should the Canadian
Yes, they can come across.
Crate unloaded.
Just to confirm, then Phoenix is taking the truck where?
Where should the Kenyans stop, continue until over?
Okay, unloading supply box.
Have them stop just in front of the bunker complex. We have 2 more bunkers that are in commission at the moment. So have them stop in grid 029054.
Look out.
Thank you.
Okay.
Guys, you want to resupply?
Alright, Phoenix, you going?
One, resupply at the resupply crate.
And 5, you're clear to take the vehicle
Sharky,
to go searching for the medical Humvee.
good job on that defusing.
Roger,
You're
when
the
the
new
Kenyans
engineer.
cross
Wait,
What
you
happened
did
to the old one?
Sharky did the
Defusal
defusing.
by bullet.
Oh, okay. Should just use the fucking Moors. Would have cleared them one shot.
Alright,
Yeah,
shut
I
up,
didn't want to
shut
waste
up.
Guys.
Reorganize yourselves back into your squads.
Okay, Exiler, you guys are now taking lead. Then we'll be behind you. You can keep your number. I'll keep my number, but you take squad lead.
Need a GPS.
Alright, so you're gonna stay with 1-1 and we'll be 1-2, eh?
Yeah, but just use squad lead. That's
You
the
want to
difference.
continue leading this one?
Brute Force, do you want to play?
I want to
no,
keep
you
to the
play.
formalities.
Okay, then yes.
Yes, I also want to keep to the formalities. I'm just asking, would you like to be redesignated as the CO under my instruction? I technically can't do anything else because the UAV was blown up in that mortar strike.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I'll do that then. Thanks, Sherman.
Alright.
Beat demotion and promotion in one go.
This is Dragon 4. I am promoting one actual back to command net.
Yes. Come on. Yes. Okay, who's the new SL?
Oh, he can't do shit. He can't put shit into this crate. Fuck it.
Okay,
dump in the truck.
who's one SL?
Yeah. Wait, why are we
Exiler.
dumping shit in the truck?
Right. Okay, Exiler, Sharky.
Get yourself kitted out.
We're gonna follow the waypoint 3 and then we're gonna move up to waypoint 4 and hold waypoint 4, then move the Kenyans closer. And then just complete the first set of objective in the front part of Danashiwa.
Oh!
Wow.
Okay then.
He just killed one of his own men.
He did.
Okay.
That's completely normal, don't worry.
That's Kenyan.
What's
Anyway,
this
Oh,
one?
there's another one.
No, wait,
Okay,
which
you
is job?
said waypoint 3 and then we're moving on to waypoint 4.
yeah, so we're gonna use the dead ground for now, for waypoint 3 to waypoint 4. It's all low ground for now. But let's get to waypoint 4, then we'll get the Kenyans to move into the town with us as well. We're just gonna occupy the first sector of the town. This section here. And then we're gonna call mission time. Because it's already 10.
Wait, say that section again on the map?
Yeah, I don't see it as well. Just
Okay,
draw it.
go ahead.
I did draw it. The
Okay,
first
are you
sector.
side channel? Oh, you can't. I can't access side channel anymore. Okay, it's fine.
Okay, I got it. Alright.
D3 is ready.
Okay, D1 move out. D3 follow traveling Overwatch.
Right, one
Follow
you can
normally.
guide me.
Let's not leave the Kenyans in the water like
Move out
that.
to waypoint
Let's move out.
3. 1-1 lead the way, 1-2 will follow, and the rest will follow us.
Okay, guys, we are not in the clear as yet. There might still be stragglers, so keep your eyes out when you're patrolling, when you're moving.
Got it.
Yeah, fuck it. With information I gathered from
One, there are stragglers, eyes open, while moving to waypoint 3, use your own discretion 1-1.
Do you want us to do direct assault at the bunker?
Let's go. Exile, we're moving to waypoint 4, right?
Waypoint 3, then 4.
Exile, moving to 1.4. Waypoint 4.
Yeah, waypoint 3 first, then 4.
Okay,
In
let's
that
go.
order.
Right, let's go.
Yeah.
Moving.
As it is day, we are careful being loud, do not be shy.
Copy, I dumped my silencer as well.
Getting covered, getting covered.
The fuck?
Fuck, we got Mascaz on 1, Mascaz on 1.
One.
One just got wiped, I think.
Fucking hell. String balls, string balls. Patrick.
Can we confirm what killed one?
Oh, fuck, Exada.
One times
Might have been a
ZG23,
ZG,
over.
Buddy.
Roger, one times ZG23, we had no visual on that.
Lost some blood.
Fucking get you up. Get you up.
Phoenix, could we get the Kenyan forces to
starting
move
CPR.
in front 20 meters? Sorry, 200 meters?
Roger out.
We need a medic up here.
We also need medical assistance urgently.
Fuck.
I literally saw this guy get blasted sideways off the side of the building. Okay, come on. Come on, Exada. Oh, fucking hell.
That would be those SVGs. Those Kenyans better make you get moving.
Fucking hell. Come on, Exada. You can do it, buddy. Perform me CPR.
I've lost a lot of.
Patch yourself first if you
Okay, I'm patching myself now. Reaper should be stable.
Yeah, D3, we're attacking with a Kenyan.
struggling to get him up.
Yeah, I've lost a lot of blood though. I don't know if you've got a shit saving for me.
Yeah, still no heart rate. Keeping CPR.
Okay, it's D5 in the medical ambulance. I'm gonna be there in about 1 minute.
Roger, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 casualties needing urgent care.
Roger, when I get there, load them into the back of the ambulance, or anywhere in the ambulance. Out.
Roger that, understood. I'll mark the smoke location at the CCP point.
Still no heart rate. Fuck.
Okay. Shit.
Okay,
this
medical
one-
is coming.
Scratch last, 1 times KIA, working on next.
Okay, this one's alive.
Give me saline.
Yeah, he's definitely alive.
You need any help from D3? The mass gas?
Get him inside.
He's in.
Oh, fuck. This one doesn't have a heart rate, but he's still up. I'm just giving him CPR.
Okay, I'll see if there's anything else that needs treating.
Okay, we lost 2. I'm loading.
Yeah,
He's gone.
He's down. He's gone. Yeah, he's
And
gone.
I'm dead. Oh shit, that just happened.
Yes. I hate those drive-by freaking anti-air.
Actual D3.
Damn it.
We were
Yes, sir.
there
This
was
for
no
D3.
way we would have seen that.
I thought we'd be safe. Two freaking APCs.
Just hold on 1 second, right?
I did warn there would be
Say your
trailers, and then just as I warned it, they would get shot to shit. But I think their target was the Kenyans, not us.
Yeah, they just sprayed in the fire rate of that vehicle.
Say your last
Escape.
for actual.
Orders for D3.
My first rain of
Just wait 1 second. We're just treating to a mass casualty
Oh, that's
incident. What's your current situation?
I think I need to do it more though.
Yeah, this is practice. Like, I've been away for quite a long time, and training and stuff, it's
all green
up quite quickly.
Yeah, if you were still here, you probably would have been sergeant right now.
Oh.
But a couple of training, and I think you'll make close and drafting also. Although that's not for me to decide.
Dragon 3, you're not at waypoint 3.
Oh, I see a lot of older guys have.
Engaging with the Kenyan forces at the front lines.
Left quite a long time ago. Went shortly after Raven left.
And Purifier?
He went late, I think he got
Okay.
I don't know if he went late.
D3 just got a mortar.
I haven't been in the touch. I'm on and off all the time. Trying to get something. It's like,
Yeah.
let's change our gear to no silence. So, it was me and you
Dragon 3, are you engaging or are you moving to waypoint 3?
I think they said 4 guys down.
No, we
I think
back.
say
Roger, we
Exciler.
regroup at waypoint 3.
already, so that means they're dead now.
Oh, so we only get 1 respawn.
Yeah.
That was how it was. Oh, so this is my...
Kind of makes me feel like we're an Altus Carbon.
Yeah.
So if you die, it's the second time it's real death.
Jeez. Do they have spectators?
Yeah.
I remember the old days you didn't jack. You die, you die.
Yeah. That's true. But in the old days we were really hardcore mode.
Oh.
Nowadays it's a bit more lighter, and I prefer it this way because you gotta have some Arma on.
Oh, and like the medical killed me.
The medical got revamped quite a lot, and it's much better now than what it used to be. However, the stitching is all messed up. So if you get bandaged, then your arm will turn blue, but later on it would open up again. Stitching is supposed to fix that, but it's busted. Nah, so busy. You can watch me on my stream. I'm streaming if you want to see.
Five next one, Scion.
This is the boring part.
I'll check my chat. Just gonna wait for reinforcement. I can. Check the other ones. Maybe it moved you. Check player.
Reinforcements at base?
We have myself, Exala, and Fox. So 2 reinforcements. Over.
Roger, 3 times reinforcements, wait, we might be ending mission soon.
It's saying your.
Yeah, they might be ending the mission soon. All in all, it wasn't that bad of a squad movement. I just think we were very unlucky with the A223.
Things zoned on quickly. I couldn't get 2030. Guy was driving like a maniac.
Yeah. The first one was actually that pickup down here at the entrenchment in the defilade. That was very unlucky.
Jeez, my gun jammed. Nice. Yeah, I couldn't get around it. Luckily, I remembered what it was to unjam, but anyway. Help.
That is very unlucky. Yeah, didn't.
Can we just tell the Kenyans to move in all the way?
We're actually ending mission. Just wait one.
Yeah, that's why I say just throw them at the...
Yeah, like all these little things are coming back to me. It's just a...
There has been a change though. For example, if you're not an FDL, you don't use the GPS or Android anymore. And if you have your AR gun, it's no longer the M246.
6 now.
And also because of that gun jams quite a lot detecting the dust as well.
Okay.
That's why we use the entrenchment tool or a shoot from. Or it just, I don't know, it just likes easy stuff.
Is this rating from up or is it?
I think it's cup, right? Cup weapons.
Should look.
Oh,
we should switch that.
Sharky.
Hi.
I'm on that.
Well, what's he saying?
He just said, yeah.
Guys, we've got people running naked there. Is that friendlies?
Yeah, I woke up.
Hey!
Will
you just die?
What? No, those are friendly crewmen, I believe.
Okay. Reaper, I'm gonna say this again if you can hear me. Just pick another slot.
Okay, I think everyone's here now.
Spawn in. I think Reaper died twice. So.
Yeah, there's some people that died twice tonight.
Yeah. So anyone listening, just take another slot and then text us.
Yeah, the factions mod is not perfect, as you can see.
No, it's transferring to HC that's the problem.
Maybe it's just feeling sexy today.
It might be the climate, it's just too fucking hot for a uniform.
Fuck.
Who's streaming?
Who's streaming?
Me.
Oh, Exile, you should have seen what I saw from the back behind Truck and yourself and whoever was in the front of 1-1.
Oh, he's marking up to go to medical, hunting for medical.
You're all literally lined up here. You're all lined up here perfectly.
Engage that man. 053. Engage that man.
He's got a weak heart rate, this guy.
Listen to his accent. Attack that rifleman. That's so cool.
He's lost some blood, this poor guy.
Phoenix, do you wanna
Attack
help
that
him?
rifleman. West.
It sounds like Moochies.
It does sound like Moochies.
Engage that man. West.
Can we put him in the photo?
Okay.
Put a level of the Moochies.
Listen. Listen, guys. Line up next to this Humvee with the bunker to your left, Humvee to your right, facing the breach site for a photo.
Attack that rifleman. West.
Okay, we just need to. I think we're still waiting for Reaper. Buckies, if you, Phoenix, if you want to check if Reaper's
Fall
there.
back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Engage that man. West.
I would like to get our 2 bodies in the photo.
Move them, can't we?
Let's
Engage
just
that
all
man.
move back.
West.
Yeah.
I'll move back a little bit.
Are we
Coming
like
on, Moochies.
posing with our trophies or something? Like?
Attack that rifleman. West.
Come brute, Africa.
Alright. Oh, must I move back more? Fuck.
Can
Okay,
you
wait.
out?
Thank you.
Africa, just move him out of the photo.
Remember, I want to talk if he dies.
Someone's here to fix him.
Actually, helmets, helmets off if you were alive.
No.
Engage that man.
Hold on a
West.
second.
No, so
Get
it's
the
NVGs off.
NVGs as well.
If the
NVGs
Biden
off as
were
well, guys.
resuscitated, does that count as a
right.
death?
So new rule: helmets off if you died once. Helmets off and NVGs on if you died twice.
Regroup.
Ah, I didn't have
Reaper,
fast.
just stand here for the photo. Take off your helmet and goggles.
Yeah, I just need to dump them somewhere. I
It's
didn't have
fine.
a
Put them
bag.
in your
Place these guys
backpack.
in body bag
Attack that
first.
I didn't have a backpack.
West.
Okay, then put it in
Well,
the
but
car.
you
Put
can
it in
take
the
off your
car
goggles
then.
for the slightly better picture, I think.
Oh yeah, thanks. I actually was.
Wait, body bagging that guy, Phoenix. Gonna look much better as a photo. Alright.
Attack that rifleman. Farm on me. Southwest.
Alright, see everybody's name.
Fire at that soldier.
Lucas, they'd come forward and shimmy to the right, same with Reaper. Okay,
Let me see if I can bring on the body bag as well.
can't you drag him?
Fire at that soldier.
Ah,
West.
fuck, insufficient resources. Never mind. There's 5k, right?
Right?
There was
3 body
quite a
bags
few.
down there, which is
Fire at that
2
soldier.
body bags over here. Oh well, okay, I think it's fine.
Copy and paste. Alright, photo guys. 3, 2, 1.
Attack that rifleman. West.
Phoenix and Twok, just shimmy to your left a little bit. Yeah, I want to get that dead Kenyan's body in at the back of you guys. Alright, done guys.
Are we gonna debrief afterwards or in the stream?
No, yeah.
West.
Yeah. Maybe Phoenix can delete everyone shooting.
Engage that man. West.
And
Hey,
this
you
guy.
want to
And this
stop
guy.
them?
And this guy
Doesn't matter.
shouting.
Good idea. Like the ambience.
Moochies, shush.
Fire at that soldier. West.
Oh, we're actually taking fire.
Yeah, I'll delete him.
Okay, that's called unnecessary.
Mission was over.
Let's go.
So, let's talk about the... Fuck, what is the proper AAR again? The first thing?
What happened?
What happened?
What happened? Okay. So in terms of what happened, we had to roll out under the cover of darkness and clean out one of the minefields, securing a crossing for the Kenyan forces to move in. We proceeded as the set plan. We did our recons, we did our first set of engagements quite effectively. We also did a second group of engagement on an enemy camp quite effectively. We got to waypoint 2. We started spotting targets and getting good intel, but we prematurely had to engage, which was actually I that fired a rocket at the technical rolling right on top of us. Which preemptively started the whole engagement a little bit sooner, and progressively we took contacts from pretty much all directions, expectedly from the KRF, and I think we dealt substantially well with the sort of KRFs at the given time, barring the ZU-23. I think we just purely ran out of rockets. Or if we didn't have rockets, we didn't have people that were up because of not having rockets. Other than that, we then proceeded to clear the minefield. The Kenyan forces starting moving up. We started moving with the Kenyan forces as a front line. We got nailed by ZU-23 with the front line, and basically ending the mission right before the town of Danashiwa. I think.
Good.
Yeah. Carry on.
Is it just some on a correction? I think the QRF was triggered down there with the second camp, because when the first technical moved up and we were quietly engaged, so that we were already alerted with the first technical. I don't think you guys did anything wrong. Just the way the triggers are like not ideal.
Okay.
Okay.
Because there was no one was awake when we took them out. There was 2 guys, but we took them out first, and then we took out the sleeping guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, guys, I think in terms of the operational procedures, how we communicated and how we executed our plans were effective enough in terms of the how we dealt with these situations. Everybody did their jobs with relatively.
What went right?
Well, we can call it what went right. So what went right? Everybody stuck to their individual roles. Everybody did their specific targets. People knew the engagement limits of their weapons. The weapons squad team also eventually got into an overwatch position, helped with some of the infantry parts that were flanking the actual overwatch position. I think the latter what went right is that everybody could act individually substantially well tonight given the circumstances and the quantity that we fired. I think if any of the vehicles that was acting as part of the QRF, troop infantry wise, or any of those people managed to get to the objective and drop off their troops, we would have a much bigger shitstorm. I think we dealt with. Bear with me for a second. How many technicals did we engage? It was two
ZU-23s, and I think another 3 trucks.
And they were full. So
yeah.
Let's call it a squad size, sorry, a platoon strength infantry as QRF. And that had
Agreed.
literally zero effect on us, barring the, the odd ZG-23 rolling on top of us. I think it was purely circumstantial the way the ZG-23 used this sort of road, marking our map, using this sort of approach, coming down into this position here, and Dragon 1 was right here in the defilade. I think if this sort of operation moved a lot smoother in terms of the QRF, we would have actually gotten this position and to this 20 minutes sooner.
So, but is it the plan? So was it the plan to basically take on an enemy force of any size, and then let the Kenyans come in only after we were done?
No, absolutely not. The idea, the plan originally was to take out any sort of contacts in this specific position, move in here under the stealth, basically get your entrenching positions up on these 2 overwatch points, then proceed to clear out the bunker and the mines. These were all as a plan to do it all under stealth.
Yeah. Because the Kenyan force would have been able to handle whatever QRF the enemy threw at us.
I believe they would. I think it was, again, very circumstantial that, a lot of things triggered and we were the only force on this side of the river. Maybe we could do the plan differently and do a direct frontal assault on the minefield, taking the infantry from somewhere here in the tree line, engaging and then clearing it out. I think that would have been also a different plan. I was thinking about it as well. My only fear was there was obviously enemy that had RPGs, and the last thing that you want is a lead vehicle being taken out, followed by the second or third vehicle deviating and hitting another mine that we missed.
If you had all the Kenyans like they were lined up on this side of the bank, all overwatching, that's a lot of firepower while we clear this.
There's a lot of permutations in this plan that it could have been this, it could have been that. Then if they were sitting on this side providing fire, I mean, we have a vehicle right here, a Kenyan vehicle right next to us in this bunker, that got totally fucking wrecked. For what reason? So, it wasn't an RPG fire. I'm not sure. I wasn't in front here, so you guys need to tell me what killed this.
ZG-23. And then I think an SPG also had a shot at it.
So, I mean, if that happened on that side of the river, our result would have been the same.
Remember, the placement here is not ideal because they're sitting over here, and the enemy can rush up and shoot them in point blank range.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened with Dragon 1. We were just moving towards this defilade in front, and then they just came over the hill, and then it took
Okay.
us out
I
as
don't
fast as
think
that.
they were firing at us, they were firing at the Kenyans.
Yeah, that's kind of the whole point of what went wrong here is we ended up on top of another unit, and so we effectively halved the amount of firepower the enemy had to put out because they only had to aim at one spot.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll cover this now and what went wrong. I think in terms of closing, in terms of what went right, given the amount of casualties we sustained across the length of this mission, I think 5 and the immediate buddy 8 was actually really substantially well. I know that we lost how many people in total? Myself?
5.
5 or 6.
Okay,
we were 5 in the first reinforcement, and then I'm not sure how much we're now. I think 3.
Oh no,
so
sorry.
That's more, so it's 8.
We're counting Bucky's and Lucas 8, so that's actually 7.
Okay. Phoenix almost got
Yeah,
me
I think
up. I
it's-
don't know
think
what
it's 8.
happened there. He almost had me.
Well,
Yeah, no, I
Jamil,
should
so
have
easier
cardiac arrest.
count who didn't die.
I should have checked that because I so you didn't have like a fatal amount of blood, so I
Exana,
figured it's probably a
Buggies,
case of just
Africa,
stitching up. Not
Hot
stitching up
Force
blood.
Reaper,
and then
Yeah,
I
no.
stopped. I thought you had given me the
Yeah.
adenosine, so I was happy.
Yeah, it's 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, we took 8 casualties.
Who did not die?
I didn't. But
Phoenix, Shaman, Peps.
The rest of
I
D3.
think, I think, guys, given the circumstances, I mean, if we had to quantify the amount of people that we fought, I expected a shitstorm to envelop us if shit was hitting the fan, and it did, unfortunately, to our demise, if I want to really call it that. We'll cover that in what went wrong. I think the last thing that, from my point, and you guys can give your points as well, I think our communication flow was superb tonight. We actually knew what a lot of things happened. I know Sherman told me that we, on one occasion, we stepped on each other. Other than that, I couldn't recall of any other positions we stepped over one another.
No, I'd
Step
say
over,
comms in general were good.
meaning in what? Like just on comms, wait.
Like
Yeah.
both of you speaking at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There was, I think, there was only one time of that.
Yeah, and I mean, given all the shitstorm that happened, that was okay in my point of view.
Also, it sounded like a lot of comments, but it was all necessary, and I don't think there was any idle chatter on actual net.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else you guys want to add to the what went right?
I just want to add that when we were holed up, where I think it was Overwatch 1, where we kind of put up a few defenses in that. There was one moment there, or a couple of moments there, where I looked over and everybody was holding their sectors really well. So, and I mean, there were people coming from different directions. So I think because we did that, we weren't taken by surprise because there were a couple of almosts. I thought that was pretty good.
Okay.
I liked right in the start. I think D3. We were firing at the bunker with a marksman. Moors was firing at a ZU-23. So in the moment that you started the engagement with that rocket strike, the ZU-23 went down like 2 seconds later, and then the bunker gunner as well. So that was all very, very well done.
Yeah, I saw that. I mean, that gunner or that technical, I'm not sure if Phoenix and Sherman saw that, but that technical was pointing directly at us, driving right towards us, and that was
I was
gonna.
engaging it. I was personally dealing with that small arms fire because I knew I tossed my Morse gunner to target a ZG-23, which posed a bigger threat to Dragon 1.
Yeah. I'm not sure. The technical, did he actually engage anyone, or did he die?
No, we killed them before. We killed the gunners before the technical got to us.
No, I mean the one that rolled up on actual.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was
the
dead
gunner was
before
dead.
then.
Gunner
I
was
didn't see
down.
it shoot because I just saw you blow it up. I think you shot an 84 at it. Is that correct?
The gunner was down.
Gunner was definitely down.
Yeah, I was trying to take out the driver with the M14.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think in these circumstances, guys, calling it out of the radio, because if I knew the gunner was not a threat, I wouldn't have RPG'd and started the engagement sooner. But I mean, the circumstantial, you see a technical rolling 40 meters. Yeah.
I would still say that was an excellent call, Buckets, because that, for all we know, it could have had C4 in the back and they could have allowed barred you.
Yeah, could have been a VBID.
I mean, at least Vive's problem was a lot less then.
Okay, we're starting to run substantially over time.
Yeah. What went wrong?
We were too slow.
I don't foresee it as too slow. We were about 5 or 10 minutes behind. I was hoping that we get into the beachhead and start securing it at the brink of dawn, and we were just before that. Oh, sorry, just after.
That's not what I mean. We were not dynamically reacting to the situation that we had on the beachhead position. Specifically, it took us a substantial amount of time to get off there and start moving to the bunker, and in that time, we had to repelling counterattacks from multiple ZU-23s and mortar groups, which resulted in a lot of our team being knocked out.
Oh, so what you're saying is once we reached waypoint 2, I know we set up an entrenchment position here, but we basically stagnated it in that little defilade.
Well, we spent some time stagnating there. Then we moved up to, I think it was Mark Point 21, where Dragon 1 had initially set up.
Yeah.
It was first down here, and then we moved up here. First in this valley, and then
yeah, well, it was up here that I was telling you. We ended up entrenched there for a good 15 minutes. We were attacked by several infantry ZU-23, and we were finally removed from the picture when the ZU-23 first knocked out half of Dragon 1, and the remaining units were cut to pieces by a mortar shell. So we need to be more reactive in the field.
So I think,
in terms of... Go ahead.
I think the plan was very much to be static probably in this area, and the mortars were kind of when that ended. I mean, once you've zoned in on have got mortars pinned in your position, you don't want to be static anymore.
Yeah, unfortunately, they didn't have any zeroing rounds, so we didn't have time to run.
So first on the plan, so I think I'll just go through the list of what went wrongs and whys. My own things is you guys, we lost Overwatch because we didn't take Overwatch includes the UAV, so we didn't take extra batteries, so we didn't have that. And then when we get to the position, we took positions where we couldn't see the enemy coming, so they kind of surrounded us, and then we only found out after they surrounded us. And why, I believe, so why did we guys forget leave the UAV batteries? Just forgot, right? Okay.
Sorry?
Okay.
Why did you forget the batteries?
Yeah, I did forget that, and that resulted in me landing it. But what I forgot is that the Arma AI doesn't know how to comprehend how to take off again.
Yeah.
Once you give the land instruction.
Yeah. Okay. So the other thing also why is that I think we should be a little flexible moving up and gaining Overwatch so you can see the people coming in and not letting them move around us freely. So that's one thing we should keep in mind. Okay, and then the other thing that went wrong as well is like the original part of the plan was to hold that area with the Overwatch and supports the not the Overwatch with the Kenyans, support the Kenyans going through, not take on the entire Al-Shabaab military on our own and then let the Kenyans mop up afterwards. So I think so sticking to the plan too much wasn't that good idea. So I think for example, like pulling back, and if we were to pull back and get to the coast, we don't have to cross it. We can just bring up the Kenyans and line up at the coastline on the other side, for example, and then they can provide overwhelming fire against the enemy forces coming up against us, for example. Then we combine our fire without having to cross the bridge. Just an example. So I think adhering too strictly to a plan was probably the cause of that, maybe. And then, of course, forgetting the slams, which slowed down the mine clearing process as well. So that's another thing that went wrong.
Yeah, that's on me.
So I think.
Yeah, that's on me.
Yeah, so I think that's for me, and until the what we can learn from it.
One thing that I did learn as well is that these mines were able to be taken out with bullets.
Okay. Okay, Buckies. Anything else in the wet wrongs area?
Yeah. Once we got killed, I'm gonna ignore this as part of the what went wrongs. So when I reassumed our CO role, we did all the objectives, or the first objective up to the point. When we moved, I'm actually just going to point, not a map, I'm just going to point in game. We were all stationed there, and we all moved up with the frontline force. We all know what happened here, but we could have easily gone to that tree line there, further back, and then just run into the defilade there.
Yeah, 100% agree.
Because
after the Kenyans came with us. Okay.
yeah. With these people that got killed here.
Okay.
We shouldn't have been here.
There
We
was
should
a
have.
reason that happened, and the reason was I instructed 1-1 to move and take point on route to waypoint 3 using own discretion, and we would follow. I failed to realize that we were going to move straight through the Kenyan force, and only when I saw that we should actually go left, that was exactly the moment when we got fired upon.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
so late realization.
So I'll add my own things. So can we move on to what we learned? What we learned from it?
Yeah.
So I think what we can learn from it is one, just have at least a mental checklist of items. Even writing it down, kind of like maybe Bucky said he did until his son figured it wasn't good enough, so he deleted everything. So having probably kind of like a checklist just to make sure you got all the mission critical equipment, UAV batteries, slams, for example, are things we missed out. Another thing we can learn from it is not stick too hard like to a plan if it doesn't fail. So, for example, sticking with the beachhead only works if we have the Kenyan forces on the way. But if otherwise we're completely isolated from the Kenyan forces. So just understanding the requirements for plan to work, and if the requirements are not met, then we know to adapt. For example. That's another thing that we can learn from it. Another thing then with the vehicles blowing up over here is to just simply keep spacing. Probably what you learned from the mechanized training last week, something like that, 2 weeks ago. That just is supposed to learn at least. Stay away from the vehicles, at least like RPG range and all that stuff. I mean, not RPG, but in case it blows up. I think that's it.
Another lesson learned is you can drive with NVGs.
Just wondering why driving so badly.
It's like I can't see shit, and then I think it was Lucas like, don't you have MVDs? And it's like, oh yeah, that works.
I was sitting next to him, and I'm like, I can see this road perfectly well.
I mean, he probably thinks it's selection phase 2 or something.
Just one thing that I do want to bring out individually. So I think everybody in the circumstances performed exceptionally well. I know there was a lot of things happening. There was mortar fire, there's ZU-23s. There was enough to keep us busy for a fun, eventful mission.
Yes.
I think we can give ourselves a pat on the back for situational awareness.
Oh,
I think we, as soon as especially when we were hunkered down at HQ area there, as soon as someone came over the ridge, we were already on him, shooting him. So that was as soon as the vehicle approached, we already knew it was there. So yeah.
Then in closing, Sherman.
Yeah.
It is possible to shoot infantry at 500 meters or 300 meters with a broken arm.
You called it at further than that.
So you guys don't know about this.
I heard like 900.
Yeah, so there's an infantry pushing on us, but he's a marksman with a Lee Enfield. So of course he's gonna wreck everybody's day, and he's like, no, he's far, and I just put my gun down with a broken arm, like just double tap him, papa, dead.
Yeah, the guy's running next to Easy, he just tumbles in like a ballerina twirl.
It was not easy, I'm gonna say, and it was fucking more luck than everything else.
Bear in mind, the reason I said that is because the call out was something like 800 or 900 meters.
Yeah, that's because I was
900 meters was a truck. The infantry was 300 to 500 meters. There were two different calls being sounded at the same time.
Yeah, it was between 300 to 500 meters, but I mean, my arm was fucking doing this all over the place.
All right.
So
and look at that, there were some mortar spotting rounds though.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's nearly 11, guys.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So one thing I forgot to mention that learn from it, just going what I said, is to have a backup, because we only planned for what would happen if they never spotted us. We never planned for what would happen if they did spot us before we were done. So that's basically goes with not being
plan,
static.
in other words.
Yeah, basically not being static as well. Like that would go hand in hand with that other lesson learned. Okay, so we just end the mission.
Oh.
Channel switched. User joined your channel. 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 User joined your